राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, we would like to request everyone who is standing to please take their places. We are starting the BSLS, the Bharat Sankirtan Leadership Sanga. Please kindly take your seats, Requesting everybody to kindly take your seats. Yeah. Everybody please sit down, we are starting. Hare Krishna. So on behalf of the ICC Book Distribution Committee, I would like to thank all of you who have come here from various parts of India and also who has joined online today with us for the very first Bharat Sankirtan Leadership Sangha, BSLS. Haribol, a loud Haribol for this. Right, so we would like to particularly welcome His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami, who would be joining us maybe around 12 noon. And His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, who is already here and he will be joining us physically, right, in some time. Then His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu also tomorrow he'll be joining us online. His Grace Bhima Prabhu ji, he was supposed to be here, but unfortunately he fell sick. He's not well, but he will also be joining us shortly online on Zoom. His Grace Sahadev Prabhu ji is here. We would like to welcome him, ICC Chairman. His Grace Mohan Rupa Prabhu ji is also here. He's here already. I think he'll be just coming. Then there are other senior devotees, Kalana Chaitanya Prabhu, Saralakshan Prabhu, Sarang Thakur Prabhu, Sita Mohan Prabhu. And if we have missed out, kindly forgive us. Right, all other senior devotees here and all of you, we wish to give you a very hearty welcome to the first BSLS. Hare Krishna. So we'd also like to thank Iskcon Pune for hosting this first ever BSLS. In particular, Saralakshan Prabhu was instrumental in Radhesham Prabhu, right, was instrumental, and everyone, all Pune authorities, we would like to thank them for hosting us. And Hindi translation is available on Zoom. हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन जूम में अवेलेबल है, राइट, जिसको भी हिंदी में सुनना है तो जूम लिंक ग्रुप में भेजा है ना, तो आप चेक कीजिए जूम लिंक ग्रुप में, अपना लिंक में, अपना ग्रुप में है. एंड ऑल्सो प्लीज कीप द फर्स्ट रो फॉर सीनियर्स इफ पॉसिबल. वी वुड लाइक टू ऑफर दिस फर्स्ट एंड ऑफ कोर्स ऑल BSLS जो होने वाला है, right, we would like to offer that for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. I would like to request His Grace Sahadev Prabhu ji to kindly garland Srila Prabhupada. Please. So let Srila Prabhupada be pleased by this small offering of ours. all the Sankirtan leaders of India coming together for the first time. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So, I am actually Praneshwar Das from Indore, and I remember around 3 years back how this all started is by a phone call by His Grace, our ICC chairman, His Grace Sahadev Prabhuji. So Sahadev Prabhu called and said that we have to coordinate something like this. Something was going on, right? Already Sriram Prabhu was doing a very, very wonderful job, but Sahadev Prabhuji wanted a team, a whole team to get into this. So then the book distribution, ICC book distribution committee was born. So this is the right vision of Sahadev Prabhuji, which has actually come true, a dream come true because of Sahadev Prabhuji. And so I'm only one of the members of the ICC book distribution committee. Other active members, more active members, I'm not so active. Sitaram Prabhu, then we have Baldev Prabhu, Sriram Prabhu, Vedant Chaitanya Prabhu, Narottam Priya Prabhu, and our secretary Satya Gopinath Prabhu. So these are the committee members. And we should also mention that we got some motivation for this convention by the IIYC, right, because they did the convention, so we got some idea from there. So this is the second department, in one sense, book distribution department, to start an all India convention, right? But at the same time, we should know that, we all know that book distribution is not simply one department of Iskcon. If Iskcon is the body of Srila Prabhupada, then book distribution is his heart. His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj ki jai. We would like to heartily welcome His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj by loudly cheering 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So we're very grateful that His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj has joined us today. Please. I'd like to request Sahadev Prabhuji to please garland Maharaj. Video ready? Hare Krishna, kindly take your seats. Kindly take your seats. So now I would like to call upon our original inspiration, the person behind the camera, our dear ICC chairman, Sahadev Prabhu, the driving force behind this committee, to grace us with a few words. I would like to call him upon stage, right, please. Call Maharaj also on stage. I would also like to invite His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj to kindly come up on stage. Yeah, please. Please, Sahadev Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
ये महाकुंभ है, भूरी का जनास, जो हमारे संकीर्तन आंदोलन है, इसकी आत्मा है, और यहाँ है हमारे आचार्यों का हाथ। टाइम नहीं लूंगा मैं, ये आज बहुत कुछ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स है वो मैं आ रहा हूँ इंग्लिश. So I'll come to the very important points. ये जो what you are distributing these books, these are not books. These are the solid bricks, foundation for Bhagavata nations. जैसे Muhammad came, it became Islamic nations, 52. More than 60 countries are Catholic, Protestant, together are Christian nations. That will be, the time will come when there will be Bhagavata nations. So with official religion of those countries would be Bhagavat Dharma. And Bhagavatam would be the constitution of those countries. And missiles will have Tilak mark. Either take Srimad Bhagavatam or missiles are coming. Because जब Jesus had come, Muhammad came, आधा दुनिया, Muhammad इस्लाम हो गया, आधा क्रिश्चियन. भगवान खुद आए हैं. और he is not come here to pass time. Just okay, कुछ बोल दिया, होता है नहीं होता है, ऐसा नहीं है. Jatunagara Gram. He did not say, okay, Karnataka, some places we won't be, Iceland, they, no, Jatunagara, all the places on the planet. So ये foundation है प्रभु. So this is the real work of our movement. और मैं एक बात, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. Books are the base. Is building a foundation is not visible, but that's what it's resting on. No foundation, no building. देखिए, family business. Prabhupada said this is our family business. आपको पता है मारवाड़ी का family business में क्या होता है? पिताजी जाते, बच्चे फ्री हो गए तो वो भी बैठ जाते. वो माताजी लोग, when they become free from household, they also sit. That's called family business. So here you may be a pujari, you may be vice president, you may be GBC, but first and foremost, what we are? Book distributors. In army we have pujaris. I have a friend who is a colonel rank, but he's a pujari. So first time I met somebody, I used to chant, go chanting in the army area. There I asked him, pujari, so did you join? No, I'm a regular soldier. So you may be a pujari, you may be a cook, but they are first and foremost soldiers. He said, I am a pujari, Swamiji, but I can fight like any other infantry. So we have to be first and foremost book distributor, our family business. Then we can do so many things. So, final point, let me tell you, ये revolution, incarnation हम बोलते, नरसिंह भगवान हो गया, दशावतार incarnation हो गया. भगवान का incarnation था जर्मन लेटर प्रेस, प्रिंटिंग प्रेस. ये जो प्रिंटिंग प्रेस आया, ये जो हम बैठे हैं, ड्यू टू दैट प्रिंटिंग प्रेस. मैंने देखा है, आई हैव सीन बाग बाजार गोड़िया मठ 1988 गौर आरती I was attending. On the side was those original German letter press, Mridanga, and that printing press. I have heard Brihat Mridanga, both are combining, that I have heard. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's dream. So because earlier book writing was taking lot of time, one Bhagavatam, 6 months full-time job. When press came, these acharyas, they saw the potential. उनको लगा अब जो है मैस में हमारे शास्त्र जा सकेंगे. और ये आज इसका कमाल है. और मैंने बताया, सुबह भी हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे, ये एनुअल या बाई एनुअल इवेंट होना है, चाहे कपड़े बिक जाए हमारे, ये मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोग्राम है इस्कॉन में। अब ये शुरू हो गया है, ये बंद नहीं होना है। और ऐसा टाइम आएगा स्टेडियम में 50,000 लोग अटेंड करेंगे। 50,000 हमारे संकीर्तन सोल्जर्स। माया किधर कली को छुपने जगह नहीं मिलना चाहिए। बॉम्ब, ये प्रभुपाद बोले, बुक्स आर लाइक बॉम्ब्स आर बीइंग थ्रोन ऑन दिस demoniac civilization. So last point I have noted here is, please remember, astrology जिनको पता है, अगले 5 साल में, in next 5 years we'll have the same constellation what was there in Mahabharat times. Next 5 years are very critical for the world. Just before 2 days there was a Dhumaketu meteoric shower in Delhi. Every world war before the meteoric shower. Prabhupada has said that. I have quoted in ICC conference. So, one thing can change the world course. दुनिया को कौन बदल सकता है? ये जो आप लोग काम कर रहे हैं। और ये मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूं, इस पे किताब आ रही है 1970 तक, until 1970 all the predictions of the world came true. Then one American writes, what happened after 1970 that predictions have gone haywire? There were 20 incidents, we came this much close to Holocaust, nuclear Holocaust. कैसे बदला है? Due to Prabhupada's book distribution. Destiny changed. I have researched that. It's there, right there with me. So अभी जो है, I'll put my stop on myself कि ये जो revolution है, please. Now I am compiling 100 books on book distribution. I have collected over the last 40 years those incidents. Just like, okay, I'm just 1 minute, I'll finish now. Old lady in Tataristan, Russia's Muslim area, old lady sees a monk. Do you have Song of God? He said, yes. So, okay, give me. Then how do you know, ma'am, about Song of God? Bola, Allah came. I am a devoted Muslim. Muhammad came to dream last night. Said you'll find a monk with this cloth. Ask him Song of God. There are 10,000 stories like this. It's not book. It's not. It is something never happened. Final, okay, final I am saying, but this is really final. प्रभुस नारद मुनि ने एक कर दिया मृगारी को, वो बड़ा स्टोरी हो गया. It became a big news, right? Lord Chaitanya came and a Jagai Madhai became a big news. But do you know your small 20 rupees books, how many Jagai Madhai Mragari, worse than them, they are converting? Am I correct or not? That 10 rupees book, Prabhupada in his book form, कितने लोगों को लाइफ्स को चेंज कर रहा. Much worse than I have a friend, my friend, नाम बोलना अच्छा नहीं, first murder in New York, he did 12 years of age. First murder, 12 years. अभी सच्चे साधु. तो प्रभु, this program should be expanded. Synergy, एक और एक 2 नहीं होता है, 1 और 1 11 होता है. तो हमको ये प्रोग्राम एक्सपैंड करना है. रिक्वेस्ट हम टू आवर कमिटी मेंबर्स, एंड इट शुड ग्रो बिगर एंड बिगर, बिगर वेन्यूज, बिगर वे, एंड इफ पॉसिबल बाई एनुअल, यू नो. थैंक यू. विथ praying to Maharaj, lotus feet to kindly bless. We have Maharaj is here. जब आप और हम बहुत सारे लोग दुनिया में नहीं आए थे, तब महाराज गांव-गांव में जाके बुलक कार्ट में तो मैं गुस्ताखी कर रहा हूं महाराज के सामने बड़ी बातें करने का, लेकिन हम प्रे करते हैं महाराज की ब्लेसिंग्स रहे हम पे, बस महाराज वरद हस्त दे और हम आगे बढ़ते रहें। थैंक यू महाराज फॉर योर काइंडनेस।
That was a bombastic speech. Bombastic हरिबोल होना चाहिए। इतने सारे मिसाइल्स जो है, सीताराम प्रभु is saying कि this sounded like ICC chairman. Right, so everybody's charged up. That was a powerful beginning from His Grace Sahadev Prabhuji. So now we are very fortunate. We are having two very senior, most senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada here. First of all, His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, and online we are having Bhima Prabhuji. We would like to welcome Bhima Prabhuji also by loudly cheering 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Let him speak if he's available.
No, Maharaj, actually we are having a small video of Srila Prabhupada, and then a speech by you first, and then, so this is the schedule we have.
Prabhupada's speech, Bhima Prabhu, and then
There's
that
a-
also could be.
I mean, as you wish, Maharaj.
आप लोग देख लो.
Okay, so we wanted to begin with Srila Prabhupada. There was a technical glitch, little bit. So we would like to begin by hearing the words of Srila Prabhupada. There is a small video compilation by our secretary Satya Gopinath Prabhu. Right, so I would like to
दिखेगा नहीं नहीं यहाँ से.
request.
Better go there to watch.
वहां देख सकते हैं।
Okay.
My Guru Maharaj asked me that if you get some money, you print books. So I took up this from his mom, that he is very fond of books. And he told me personally that if you get some money, print books. Therefore I am stressing on this point. Where is book? Where is book? Where is book? So kindly help me. This is my request. Print as many books in as many languages and distribute throughout the whole world. Then Krishna consciousness movement will automatically increase.
कृष्ण कीर्तन गान तन परो धीरा धीर जन प्रिय प्रिय कर निर्मसन पूजित श्री चैतन्य कृपा भरो वंदे रूप सनातन श्री जीव गोपाल वंदे हम गुरु श्रीयुता पदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं चाप्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sadhana Lalita Shri Vishakharnitam Sham Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I don't think you read all this. Do you read? If you don't read, then you'll feel restless. Let me go from Japan to India, from India to Japan. You are restless because you don't read. I am laboring so hard for you, but you don't take advantage. Don't take advantage of eating and sleeping. Take advantage of these books. Then your life will be successful. My duty I am giving so valuable things, day and night, trying to convince you, each word to word. And if you don't take advantage of this, then what can I do for you?
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Books ki jai. I'm sure everybody's charged up by just seeing Srila Prabhupada on video. Right, so as you can see, Bhima Prabhuji is also with us. Maharaj is actually asking us that Bhima Prabhuji can speak first. We will have to accept Maharaj's words. So I would like to request Bhima Prabhuji. Bhima Prabhuji actually not well, but he has agreed to come online. That we would have been very, very happy, in fact, if Bhima Prabhuji would have been. That was the original idea, right, to have him here. And so I would like to request Bhima Prabhuji to speak a few words of inspiration. And then after that, Maharaj will be speaking. And we would like to request Bhima Prabhuji to stay with us. At least after Maharaj speaks, we have some special something we have, right? We'd like to keep it as a suspense. Okay. Perfect, Maharaj. Yes. So Maharaj has actually solved the dilemma, right? Fine. So we'd like to first, so we request Bhima Prabhuji to stay till at least Maharaj speaks. Yeah. Yes, briefly only, yes. So over to Bhima Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. First of all, I'd like everyone to please excuse me for not being present. I'm just getting over some kind of viral infection. And today's the first day I didn't take any medicine. So sorry for not being there in person. Whenever Vaisheshika Prabhu gives a seminar on book distribution, he's done some here in India also. He did in Pune, he did in Tirupati, Delhi. He makes 4 points. And point number 1 is strict sadhana. If you want to distribute books, you have to be strict in chanting your rounds, attending the morning program, and in that way become empowered to distribute books, to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. And the next point he makes is to get the books. Some of our centers, they don't have a book room. If you don't have a book room, how will the devotees be able to get the books? So it's important to make the books available. BBT team works really hard, headed up by Ananda Tirtha and the other team members of the BBT India, to make the books available. Then it's up to the centers to make the books available to the devotees by having a well-organized book room where there's inventories taken, inward, outward, who's taking the books, etc. So that's important. Get the books. And the third point he makes is the more you show, the more you sell. If we get out there and show the books to people, then they'll sell. And the last point is that he makes, and it's just a quick overview of it, is to organize. So I see this Bharat Sankirtan leaders convention, it's like a convention, is helping us organize. It's devotees, Sankirtan leaders coming together, sharing best practices, what works, what doesn't work. There's so many things that need to be coordinated between the centers and etc. And this type of meeting really helps that, really helps the devotees come together. And also to share the importance of book distribution. Srila Prabhupada many times told us that his service to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, as he mentioned in the video, was if he ever got money, print books, printing books. Prabhupada said, I followed that instruction blindly. I didn't know what was going to be the result, but now I see the result. Prabhupada passed on that instruction to us. He said, distribute books, distribute books, distribute books. And we as the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, we're passing on that instruction to all of you. Our business, our family business is book distribution, distributing books. Whatever you see today in Iskcon, big temples, good name in the society, goodwill amongst the public of India, how did it all happen? It happened by the sale and distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books. And we can count on it continuing. Things will expand. Prabhupada said, not so much interested in temples, right? As Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, I can sell the marble in the temple and print some books. Because, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, the Ras Leela, that relationship of the devotees with Krishna and Raslila. It descends into the material world in the Kali Yuga in the form of a Sankirtan. Now that's a pretty fantastic and wonderful statement. But to realize that, you can't be a scholar, you can't be a Sanskrit expert and expect to realize it. Right? You have to become on the platform of those devotees in Vrindavan. So, temple worship is sadhana bhakti. But preaching, and preaching in Iskcon means book distribution, is the rag marg. Right? And Prabhupada confirmed that. Rameshwar Prabhu was given a lecture, and he was comparing book distribution to the mood of the gopis. Somebody went to Prabhupada and complained, "Are, Rameshwar is speaking like this." And Prabhupada said, he's correct. Why? Because the mood of Radharani and the gopis is, they derive more happiness when they see others enjoying with Krishna than they receive themselves by being with Krishna. More happiness comes. Srila Prabhupada's happiness was to see people taking to Krishna consciousness. And that's why he told us, distribute books, distribute books, distribute books, because he knew that if we're ever to enter into the mood of the devotees in Vrindavan, then we have to go that extra mile of out of our comfort zone, onto the street, wherever it's the best place to distribute books, because that's going to help us develop the qualities of the devotees of Vrindavan. We're followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intention is that the conditioned souls may experience the mood of the Brajvasis in Vrindavan. But how to get there? We're so much stuck in the quagmire of sense gratification. But Srila Prabhupada gave the way. He showed the path. Distribute books, distribute books, distribute books. All the qualities that are required to get to the goal, to fulfill Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire, humility, tolerance, patience, determination, all of these qualities will come by our effort to please Srila Prabhupada by distributing his books. The more we do that, the more we'll come closer to the goal at the end of this life, to go back home, back to Godhead, back to Krishna. And there's a special facility for book distribution. The book distributors, Prabhupada explained that, and this is like a super concession. Right? Sometimes there's a super sale, 50% off, buy 3, get 3 free, different things. But here's a super concession Prabhupada made. If you simply dedicate this life to distributing my books, even if you don't think of Lord Chaitanya at the time of your death, Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada said, will force himself into your mind and force you to think of him. So much mercy, so much facility for making advancement in devotional service is there by distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. All we have to do is take it. And this type of meeting where the Sankirtan leaders come together and discuss what works best, etc., how to organize best, this is so helpful. So I thank the organizers. I thank Pune Temple for hosting the seminar. And I just pray that the book distribution can go on, because it's the only thing that can save the world. The world is headed towards a great disaster, but we can head it off at the pass by distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. We can do it. We ought to do it. Let's do it. Hare Krishna.
We would like to request Bhima Prabhuji to please be with us for a few more minutes.
Okay, I'm with you.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Right, so, His Grace Bhima Prabhuji ki. So, right, everybody knows Prabhuji, and Prabhuji is sick. So I was just thinking, if he took a blood test, then the blood group would be BD positive. Book distribution positive, right? And the doctor would definitely say he's infected with the transcendental virus of book distribution. Right, so we wanted to actually keep this a suspense. We have not added this in the schedule, right? So there's a surprise. But before that, we would also like to announce that His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj has also joined us online. We would like to welcome him by loudly cheering 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Maharaj is the GBC chairman and he has kindly joined us online. Right, so now the surprise, transcendental surprise, time for the transcendental surprise. So we would like to offer a very special award to a very special person who's there with us today. This award actually is not available for any small temple, big temple, medium temple, for any amount of book distribution, marathon, right, whatever scores they have. No book distributor in the world has ever gotten this award for book distribution. No biggest book distributor has ever got this award. Right, this award, which we are calling Iskcon Bharat Sankirtan Ratna Award. Iskcon Bharat Sankirtan Ratna Award. This is for a senior devotee who has dedicated his whole life, every moment of his life, for more than 50 years, for spreading book distribution in India. This is a lifetime achievement award, a lifetime dedication award to book distribution. Right, so we would like to request His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj to present this award to His Grace Bhima Prabhuji. Zoom in on Maharaj. Please zoom in on Maharaj. I would like to request Bhima Prabhuji to please accept this award from, virtually accept this award from His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. So there's a small token gift also, right, which Maharaj can just display, right? It's Kolkata Gana? Right, we can open this. It's a small token gift from Iskcon Bharat. The whole community is ever grateful to Bhima Prabhuji. So this is a MacBook Pro. Haribo!
Just in time, my computer's on the bum.
So if possible, we would again like to request Bhima Prabhuji to stay with us maybe 8 more minutes. I would like to request His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj and Sahadev Prabhuji, Sri Ram Prabhu and Sitaram Prabhu to speak 2 minutes each. Right, Maharaj pehle bolenge.
But I want to see Bhima Prabhu also while I'm talking. Is that? कैसे तिरछा करो? I don't know what you'll do. And then how will you cover me?
He'll come there.
Quick. Iskcon Bharat Sankirtan Ratna. Award goes to Bhima Prabhu. He's our own Ratna. Prabhupada Ratna. Hari Hari. You are taking me from the back. आगे आने वाले थे ना? या आ सकते क्या? Or someone, technology, wale. No, I want to see him and think others should also see me and hear me. ऐसा क्या किया जा सकता? And everyone else is going to be seeing me from the front, not my Sika and. Yeah, I was thinking also that if, like Hanuman, he opened his chest and there was Jai Sri Ram. If Bhima Prabhu was to open his heart, then we will see Srila Prabhupada's books in Bhima Prabhu's heart. Hari Hari. I mean, Gopal Krishna Gosai Maharaj and Bhima Prabhu, they, and of course, Yasomati Nandan Prabhu at some point, or and Narmada Goswami Maharaj, and few others, part of the team, they have been working on production of Srila Prabhupada's books, promotion and book distribution for past 50 years. And Bhima Prabhu, I mean, whatever I'm going to say in few minutes, this is no justification for all that Bhima Prabhu has done for book distribution, especially in India. I mean, Bombay used to be the winner of book distribution. Delhi joined a little later. Mayapur also came on the scene much later. But in the beginning, ISKCON Bombay used to be the winning marathons year after year after year. And behind that, as Bhima Prabhu as a temple president of Juhu, Bombay, organizing Sankirtan parties. There were also days, our ND Desai, Srinathji, we had a few bus parties, but he was pledging, I will pledge 108 bus parties. That was kind of spirit those days. And Bhima Prabhu personally used to go around with those bus parties and distribute books. He used to come all the way to Pandharpur, here, there. I also had a lot of opportunities to distribute books with Bhima Prabhu. So, I mean, he had production of books. Unless books are printed, there is no question of distribution. So this book production, Bhima Prabhu also as a trustee of BBT is behind this book printing and distribution. I was thinking Bhima Prabhu, the may not sound right, but he eats books, he sleeps with the books, he dreams the books, and he is made up of books, like his whole consciousness is books. All the 20 minutes he spoke is books, 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 books. In a sense, it is all books. He's a book distribution personification of book distribution. So I'm very, very proud of my brother, God brother, Bhima Prabhu, for his outstanding efforts of printing, promoting, and distributing books. I mean, the way we have assembled, and for some years by now, the ICC is getting behind and the efforts of distributing books. But behind that, behind ICC or behind Sahadev or chairman is Bhima Prabhu. And of course, Gopal Krishna. Maharaj ki. And now Bhima Prabhu is also bringing Vaishashika Prabhu on the scene, and he's making sure the books are distributed far and wide. So this was a will of Srila Prabhupada's, and Bhima Prabhu has made Prabhupada's will his own will. So let us keep distributing books. Distribute books, distribute books, distribute books. This is a will of Srila Prabhupada, and this is also will of Bhima Prabhu. And let us make that will as our will. Are you ready? Thank you all assembled, and especially thank Bhima Prabhu for all that he has. I mean, it's not sufficient just to say, I thank. This is, as I said, no justification of Hari Hari. Bhima Prabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada's translated book distribution ki, Ithai Gaur Premanande.
Oh. So we'd like to thank His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj for wonderfully glorifying Bhima Prabhuji. It is actually because of these senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada, just like Maharaj said, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Bhima Prabhuji, His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, and also our ICC chairman, right, and so many other devotees, that this legacy of book distribution is being pursued enthusiastically in India. So I would like to request now Mohan Prabhuji come. Oh, I would like to request Mohan Prabhuji to please say some few words of glorification for Bhima Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. His Grace Bhima Prabhu ki jai. So Prabhuji is the leader of the Indian Yatra for book distribution, not from now, for many, many years. He has been promoting, enthusing, and encouraging all the devotees to distribute Srila Prabhupada books. And he has always been pushing us right from the beginning, calling us to take more and more books, distribute the books, and also pay for the books on time. Yeah, that is required. Srila Prabhupada wanted that we should pay. BBT should not be in debt. So, Bhima Prabhu, I'd like to thank him personally because he's always been encouraging me, enthusing me, always calling, and recently he called me for promoting the Transcendental, not Transcend app, to be displayed in the restaurants, Govinda's restaurants. So we are waiting for that holder to come from Mumbai. So soon we will do that also. So Prabhuji is always trying to find out new ways, innovative ways to promote book distribution. Himself and Anand Tirtha Prabhu, they have worked a lot. They have worked very, very hard to bring this Transcend app. All the books are there in audio. And I personally hear that every day during Prasadam, morning and evening. Within last 1 week, I have finished Updeshamrit and Nectar of Instruction. So I give full credit to His Grace Bhima Prabhu for that. So that's how we can, and Prasadam we have to take, we can't avoid Prasadam. So in that way we will not avoid Prabhupada books also. So it's a good combination of honoring Prasadam and hearing Srila Prabhupada books at the same time. So in that way we can complete all the books in few years. So thank you, Prabhuji, thank you very much, and please keep encouraging, please keep guiding. We need always somebody to push us. It's like a train, there is the engine, there are a lot of coaches and compartments, and the passengers are there inside. But if the engine is not there, the engine also is there, but the driver is not there, so the train is not going to move. Even if it's a driverless carriage, like we have many cars now, AI-driven cars, like Tesla have recently taken out in America. So, but that also is actually the AI has been developed, technology has been developed by somebody. It can't do it by itself. So we always need somebody to push, and we need this pushing. This is very, very important. And if we are not ready to be pushed by our leaders, then we will remain stagnant like a Malgadi. So thank you very much, Prabhuji. Please keep encouraging and please keep pushing us so that we can distribute more and more books for the pleasure of Guru Gauranga Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mohan Prabhuji. Right, everybody knows also Mohan Prabhuji. He has also spent his life for book distribution. Right, so now I would like to request Sitaram Prabhuji to speak few words.
Hare Krishna. His Grace Bhima Prabhu ki. So it's a very special occasion and this very special award. And we were actually expecting you, Bhima Prabhu, to be here. But somehow, due to the health reason, you could not make it. But this is history in making because I think every year we should give to different Sankirtan leaders. Honor them with this, actually. So many leaders who have been pushing book distribution. This is an honor. This is one of the reasons we should have this event, actually. For Bhima Prabhu, we specifically, the ones who are serving in Srila Prabhupada's office, Juhu Temple. Prayesh Prabhu had spent a lot of time there, myself, even Narottam Priya Prabhu. And in fact, everyone in India will agree that Bhima Prabhu is one personality who is, we call in the Shastras, Sadhu, 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 the friend of all. In my personal experience, even now, when I was a new Bhakta, we could go on approach and meet him. A sannyasi can come and meet him, a grihastha can come and meet him, a temple senior employee can come and meet him, and even a new Bhakta can walk in and talk to him, and he talks to all of them with the same spirit, giving them utmost importance. Everyone will agree with this. When he says, when he speaks, his body language, his eyes is completely touch, a personal touch. We all join this mission, give up our family, give up our social life, give up our career for love. In my experience, Bhima Prabhu is one of the leaders actually who carries this love actually, for which we all are in the movement. So very, very great to Bhima Prabhu. And in my personal experience also, we always keep hearing on various festivals about transcendental book distribution. One of which I heard from Bhima Prabhu was very special. the book distribution competition in the early days of ISKCON India between Ahmedabad and Juhu. Bhima Prabhu told me it used to be so intense, so intense. Bhima Prabhu said that we would just wait for the Sankirtan score, and our concern would be, let Juhu come 5, 6, 7, 8 number, no problem. But for sure, if Juhu is 5th, Ahmedabad should be 6th. If Juhu is 10th, Ahmedabad should be 11th. If Juhu is number 2, Ahmedabad should be number 3. That's what he told me once. And it was so inspiring to hear from him. In the last, I would like Bhima Prabhu also to share how he came to India. It's a very special story. It is connected to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who was sent to China, and after that, he will share that story. So that's one very special thing about Bhima Prabhu. And if you very carefully see, my observation is, we have many leaders, initiating spiritual master gurus, who have very senior disciples and who have given a very, very big leaders to the movement. But in Bhima Prabhu's leadership, I have seen a lot of young generation leaders who have come up in ISKCON India. You take example of Brajahari Prabhu, then you take example of Anantirtha Prabhu, you take example of Pondrikaksha Govinda Prabhu, you take example of Devaki Nandan Prabhu, you take example of Mukunda Madhav Prabhu, and myself, Praneshwar Prabhu, so many of us. He is one leader who always encourages young generation. And his heart is book distribution. If not for Bhima Prabhu, I don't think so Bhadra Purnima would have been that successful in India. For Bhadra Purnima to be successful in the world, India's contribution was the most important. And for India to contribute together, one source which can link the whole country for book distribution is Bhima Prabhu. It's because Bhima Prabhu ki. I remember he is so attached to the score. He keeps up the transcendental book distribution competition. He has different stories to tell different temples to work hard for book distribution. What he does is he'll call up Lokanath Prabhu and tell him what Jew is doing. Then he'll call up Ahmedabad and tell what Jew is doing. And then he will tell us what Ahmedabad and Delhi is planning for book distribution marathon. And he just keeps us in the fire of book distribution. So I just wanted to thank Bhima Prabhu for being what he is, the father, a friend to everyone. Thank you very much, Bhima Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Sitaram Prabhuji. So, I had heard that pure devotees, they don't like their own glorification. So, we have received a confirmation, we have received a warning from Bhima Prabhuji that if you continue like this, I'm going to leave. So, we would like to request Bhima Prabhuji that we are just over just couple of minutes more. I would just like to request Sriram Prabhuji to, right, Sriram Prabhuji also a very powerful soldier in book distribution in the south.
I just want to close it few minutes. Just Sitaram mentioned Bhadra Purnima. In 2017, there was idea that distributing of Srimad Bhagavatam sets all over India. Bhima Prabhu actually was sitting with Vaisheshika Prabhu and planning whole India. The one we are organizing today, it's actually dream of Bhima Prabhu in 2017. And it's manifested now after more than 8 years. He went, Bhima Prabhu, we organized a first conference in Tirupati in 2017, first book distribution conference, and we didn't have money to pay for Prasadam. And Bhima Prabhu personally arranged Prasadam for all the book distributors in Govindas. That was the start of this whole yatra, I feel. He came to all the meetings. We did it one in Delhi, we did in Tirupati, we did in GEV, we did in Pune. The whole thing, the whole organization started from Bhima Prabhu in India, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj was one pushing in India to do Bhadra campaign. The first 2018, the Bhadra Purnima, the total sets were 3,000 Bhagavatam sets. And now you see we are still counting this time. And when this ICC formed by Sahadev Prabhu, he organized so nicely for all the zones. We were 1-2 devotees struggling, and Bhima Prabhu used to organize entire India, calling every temple in the phone. And last ICC meeting, he came to me and said, Sriram Prabhu, the South is not doing good. We were like last year, we did 1600 sets, all the South India together in Bhadra Purnima. He said, I'm very concerned, let's talk to all the leaders, make it happen. He does it with every zone. And this time he pushed me heavily. Even from morning, night 10 o'clock, he's asked me score, and morning 4 o'clock, he will ask me score. There is only 6 hours I'm sleeping. And in between that, he asks, what happened? Now, by his strong push, South India, we got to 5,000 Bhagavatam sets this year. We are beyond it. And one thing Bhima Prabhu makes sure from last many years is that every center participate in book distribution. And last year in South, we had 18 centers reported score. Now it's 100 centers participated in the Bhadra campaign. So I think that's a spiritual anxiety Bhima Prabhu has. That by his push, I feel by his strong push, the whole thing manifested, and it will continue to grow under leadership of Sahadev Prabhu and many senior leaders here. We want to thank Bhima Prabhu for being inspiration and being pushed us to make this magnanimous activity transcendental and blissful and happy. His Grace Bhima Prabhu ki. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sriram Prabhu. Actually, we should also congratulate Sriram Prabhu. Bhima Prabhuji plus Sriram Prabhuji has made South come alive, right? And they are now competing with NIDC, WIDC and others. And EIDC also, right? So last but not least, I would like to, some announcement by His Grace Sahadev Prabhuji.
Just wanted to make an announcement. If any temple would like to start a bus party, and either the whole bus, you need assistance for the whole bus, or let's say part of the bus if you are, lacking something. So please, we will, from our side, we'll make the arrangement. So as many buses as India needs, we would like to come forward to assist this program. As many buses, but only condition is it should be used for book distribution. Otherwise we can repurchase. फिर वो पकड़ लेंगे नहीं तो. So this is our RTO जैसे seize करते हैं ना. So we would like to let India crisscross buses. मंदिर सब जगह नहीं जा सकता हमारे. बस चलता फिरता मंदिर है, वो हर जगह हर गली में जा सकता है. इंडिया की हर गली में इस्कॉन जाना चाहिए थ्रू आवर बसेस. हाँ, बुलक कार्ट तो सही है, वो बात सही है, ये तो है. सो बुलक कार्ट भी हम, और पदयात्रा महाराज, वी शुड इंक्रीज दिस प्रोग्राम आल्सो. बुलक कार्ट और बसेस जो भी है. तो हरे कृष्ण.
That was a terrific offer by our ICC chairman, His Grace Sahadev Prabhuji, and I'm sure you're going to be spammed by messages, and everybody is going to meet you after, right, maybe lunchtime. Right, so Sitaram Prabhu is requesting that Bhima Prabhuji could, if you can kindly relate the story how you came to India, if you would wish to. Prabhuji, please unmute.
Hare Krishna. So I want to thank the devotees for kindly giving me that award. It's very kind of you, although I don't really deserve it, I don't think. It's always been a team effort right from the beginning. In Juhu, when Mogalila went to Pakistan and I became the Sankirtan leader, fantastic devotees I had to work with, so dedicated. Krishna Murari, even though he had a family, he was always out on the road. He drove the bus. He was the Sankirtan leader. Bhagavan Das, Hanuman, Radha Krishna, Sadhana Siddha, fantastic team of devotees. I can't take the credit. The credit goes to the team. We work together, and I think that's one of the main things that makes a successful Sankirtan party is when they work together. The Prachetas, they came together and cooperated in glorifying the Lord, and the Lord blessed them. That pleases the Lord when he sees the devotees are working together. So it's always a team effort. One member of the team trying to do my job. The way I came to India, I don't want to take a lot of your time, but I saw that Srila Prabhupada was, he was spending about 6 months in India, and then he would travel during the summer to places. So I thought how to get to India and have some more association with Srila Prabhupada. So I was in the Radha Damodar Traveling Sankirtan Party, and Gargamuni in the BBT Library Party had a devotee who wanted to come to America back. And because it wasn't easy for Western devotees to live in those days in India. It was really, everybody got jaundice. You had to get jaundice. And so many other things, right? The telephones didn't work. Nothing that you were used to in America was in India, nothing. So, but still I wanted to go to India to have association with Prabhupada. So I was traded for a devotee named Janapavana, who was going to come to America. I was going to get to go to India and be part of the library party. But the Radha Damodar Traveling Sankirtan Party said, well, you can go after the Christmas marathon. First you do the Christmas marathon, then you can go to India. So I didn't like that. I wanted to go right away, but still, they said I could go, so it's happened. And but one day when I was on trail, I was in Louisville, Kentucky. We were distributing books. A message came from India. It said, send Bhima Das to India immediately, signed Tamal Krishna Maharaj. And he was the leader of the Radha Damodar Traveling Sankirtan Party. So anything he said, it just happened. And, in the next moment, I'm on my way to back to India. And I heard that when I got to New York, that Srila Prabhupada had come to London and that he was going to come to America. So I changed my plan. Prabhupada was coming to America. I was going to stay in America. But then after about a few days, although I was in New York, the word came that Srila Prabhupada had gone back to India. So immediately I booked my ticket, went to London, met the devotees there, got another ticket, and came to Bombay to join Gargamuni's traveling library party. And when I got there, I found out that actually it wasn't Tamal Krishna Maharaj that had sent the telegram. It was actually Gargamuni who sent the telegram, because he knew if he waited and Janapavana came, he would never get his man. So that's why he made that transcendental telegram there, so that I would come and he would, get the trade for his man that went. So, and anyway, the point is that in those days we're kind of moved around, like according to what was the need and what was required, and that was okay with us because it was all done in the mood of to please Srila Prabhupada. So fortunately, I came to India and I got the opportunity to serve in the library party, got opportunity to head up the Sankirtan department. And you should know one thing, Srila Prabhupada made this statement, that there is no more fortunate position in this world to be in than to head up a Sankirtan party. So I always remembered that. And anyway, I thank all the devotees for their kind words. I know that I'm not worthy of it. It's what I hope to, what you talk about me is what I hope to be one day. And thank you very much for your kindness. And I ask for the blessings of the devotees that I can continue to do something to promote the distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Bhima Prabhu Ji ki jai. So we are very fortunate that His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj sent Bhima Prabhu Ji to India. Right, so we would like to thank Bhima Prabhu Ji for joining us, even though he was unwell, right, today, right, online, and I hope he has not dropped off. Right. So also we would like to congratulate Bhima Prabhu Ji once again for Iskcon Bharat Sankirtan Ratna Award by a loud applause. Very good. So now we would like to move on to the next part of the program. We would like to request His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj to kindly grace us with a few words of inspiration. If Maharaj should kindly come to the stage. Hindi translation is going on, right? Yes, well, somebody is doing Hindi translation, Maharaj. How are they listening? Through YouTube. No, not to you, through Zoom, through Zoom. Earphones, Zoom में हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन हो रहा है जी. Yes, इस पक्का महाराज.
Krishna Chaitanya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi. And Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bharat Sankirtan leaders. Bharat Sankirtan leaders ki. That is all of you. Yeah, that's just. So I welcome you. It is said, well, I will not say different things that coming to my mind. one should thank and appreciate the audience. But I will not, I just said, yeah, Jai Ki, Jai. So that's enough appreciation. I don't have time now. I just thought of that point. And of course, I appreciate this endeavor of ICC taking leadership in promoting and all the coordinated efforts to increase book distribution in India. And as part of that effort, I suppose, here's yet another get-together or Sanga is happening. You are getting association of the book distributors from pan-India, from Kanyakumari to Jammu Kashmir. Se koi hai? Hey, there is. Just see. I wasn't expecting. What about Kanyakumari or near Kanyakumari? Rameshwaram, Madurai. Huh? Okay, Tirupati. What happened? From South India. Okay, good. East India, East India. Okay, few hands. And the West, I think we are in the West here. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to talk. But then I was thinking of different things, and then after spending some time here, I decided to talk of, especially I heard, again, the same term, books are the basis. Even Sahadev Prabhu was talking of books are the basis. And that made me think more. Well, not for the first time. I had been thinking, how are the books are the basis? Books are the foundation and all that. So books are the basis. Well, with that also goes, let me say it quickly. Purity is a force, right? Is another principle. How is that achieved? Isn't that achieved by book distribution and book reading, I would say. Purity is a force. Preaching is essence. But then what is preaching? Book distribution is preaching. And utility is the principle. And I think we are putting our heads together to come up with different ways and means to utilize them in service of book distribution. Anyway, yeah, the books are the basis. But then what are the books? Books are full of sound. One time there were no books, there was no need of books. But the knowledge existed then as it exists now, and it will exist in the future forever. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 15th verse, Sarvasya cha aham hridhi sannivishtaha I reside in the hearts of all the living entities. And what do? Am I just sitting idle? No. Lord is very active. What does he do? Mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. From me comes knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. Well, of these three items which come from Krishna, which he said, two directly come from him, knowledge and remembrance. Forgetfulness, what is forgetfulness? Forgetting Lord. Lord conveys that, not directly, but through the agency of Maya. Again, the sounds, knowledge and remembrance. This is part of the spiritual sound directly coming from the Lord. Maya mugdha jiver nahi swataha Krishna jnana jiver kripay kaila Krishna Veda Puran. Lord wants you to forget him, well, because not that he's imposing forgetfulness, but that is what you deserve or you prefer to be forgetful. So that is arranged, Maya mugdha jiver nahi swata Krishna jnana. Then living entity doesn't have a knowledge. Then Krishna, what does he do? Kindly gives Veda Puran in the Shastras. There's a saying, well, one Bible says this, in the beginning there was a sound, and sound was with God. And there's another point added to that saying in the Bible, and the sound was God. In the beginning there was a sound was with God, and sound was God. So there you go. Lord Brahma has taken birth. Pani? Yeah. And he's there on the lotus. But he doesn't know nothing, including who he is and what he's supposed to be doing. Or what is the job description. And then, well, the whole sequence of events. Tapa. And Brahma puts these two words together. And must be by Krishna's arrangement or revelation. He puts these two words together, tapa. Oh, I'm supposed to be performing tapasya. And next 10,000 years, 1,000, 1,000, 10,000 years is undergoing meditation, that is his tapasya. And Lord appears before him. Divyajnan hriday prakashita or tene brahma rudaya adi kavaye. Brahma is Adi Kavi, and Lord reveals unto him. Excuse me. all the knowledge and remembrance. And I would quickly say, Lord is also, not also, but Lord has provided, giving him knowledge and remembrance, provided him manual, what to do, how to do, etc. Even what this world is all about and how to deal with it and what different things you are supposed to be doing in this world. Also to get out of this world, what you have to do. All that was revealed unto Brahma. And that knowledge is passed down on and on and on. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. And in disciplic succession, guru, disciple, they keep finding out or realizing the knowledge which was made available to Brahma, the first living entity, and the first Acharya also. He's a founder Acharya of our Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So unless there is a knowledge and remembrance in the form of sound, we cannot act. We cannot move. Nothing happens unless there is a dictation in the form of sound. You do this or you don't do this. All this happens when there's a sound, there's a direction. You are told. Vidhi, nished, all that comes. There's a part of the sound. Hari Hari. Shabda Brahma, Param Brahma, Mamobhe, Shashvatim Tanum. Lord says, this is, I think, 6th canto of Bhagavatam. Lord says, I have two tanus, or I have two forms. One is Parabrahma, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. As Arjun was addressing the Lord who was right in front of him, oh Lord, you are Parabrahma, that form, Sachidananda Vigra, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. So that is one form, Lord says in this particular verse. Mama Ubhe. I have two Shashvatim Tanum, two eternal forms. One is a form Akar, Roop, Parabrahma. Another one is Shabda Brahma. Other one is a sound. And that sound is Vedesha Sarvairaham Eva Vedya Vedanta Krit. So Vedas is that original sound. And what is that Veda meant for? Vedesha Sarvairaham Eva Vedya. Just to know me, Vedanta Krit, I have created, I have spoken the Vedas, the whole body of knowledge. So, unless we hear that knowledge, I was thinking also that, which I'm sure you have already thought about this, that when we read Srila Prabhupada's books, we are reading Prabhupada's book, we are hearing Prabhupada. One of those nights, Srila Prabhupada stayed up all night long and did dictation, translation, and then it was transcribed, and then it was edited and laid out and printed, and someone distributed, went out and distributed book, and that book has reached your hands, Haribol, and now you are reading. So when you are reading, when we are reading, what are we doing? We are hearing what Prabhupada one night spoke it, said it, going through the process. So that sound coming out of the lotus mouth of Srila Prabhupada is what we end up hearing, that sound, as we read it. Reading is hearing. Reading is hearing. So excuse me. As originally in the beginning of creation, Lord personally revealed that knowledge unto Brahma, and same knowledge, of course, as it is, that is a very special feature about Prabhupada's books. All knowledge is presented as it is, pure. And we get to hear that. And then, we are in business. Then we know what to do, what not to do. And that brings about a revolution in consciousness. Swamiji, why have you come to the West? Once that question was asked, and Prabhupada said, I have come to see change. Change in what? The way people think. I want to see the change in the way people think. So how does our thinking change? If we hear clearly, and okay, as we hear, then we go near, then we have no fear. Oh dear, do this. Hari Hari. So there are two kinds of sounds. One is a divine sound, and one is one Krishna sound. The other one is a Maya sound. So Lord wants, in this human form of life, athato brahma jigyasa. Be inquisitive about the holy sound and the holy books, the holy scriptures, the holy name, holy man, sadhu shastracharya. And if we don't hear that, then you end up hearing all Maya's sound, Maya Mugdha Jiver Nai Swatha Krishna Dhyan. Hari Hari. Of course, this world is Bhalo na khaibo, bhalo na pheribo, bhalo, bhalo. Gramya katha na sunibo, something like that. Sanatana Goswami, Gramya katha. But this world, of course, is full of gram katha. Or more than our book distribution is a book distribution of Kali's Puran, Kali Puran. Today, Sakal, Marathi mein chala, Sakal. Aaj ki taji khabar, and breaking the news, which is breaking at every moment now. So there is so much sound, and this Kali Puran is delivered, home delivery, and so many versions of those Kali Purans, and in so many languages it is happening. So we cannot even imagine how much the broadcasting of the Maya's news is getting out there. So we have to fight out, we have to neutralize all those mundane sounds with the spiritual sounds. Defeat them, crush them. And this is possible by distributing Srila Prabhupada's books more and more and more. I mean, what we are supposed... Okay, I was just thinking also. Arjun heard the Bhagavad Gita, and what did he say? Karishe vachanam tam. Now I'm ready to do what you wish to do, I am ready to do. So this preparedness to do whatever different activities for the pleasure of the Lord happens, or even Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasham, Sakyam, Atmani Vedanam. There's a whole knowledge, body of knowledge about Shravanam, body of knowledge about Kirtanam. The whole Kirtan Mahatmya and do's and don'ts. Smaranam, take each item, these 9 devotional processes. There's so much to know about these matters also. Jivara Swarup hai, Krishna Nitya Das, Jaiva Dharma, Jiva's Dharma. But what that Dharma is, and then Brahmin has a Dharma, Kshatriya has a Dharma, Vaishya has a Dharma, Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijya, then Shudra has a Dharma. All this we could only find out in the scriptures, which are full of sounds. And one time there was only sound, and not in written form, but now all these sounds are in written form. And so they are printed, and we distribute books. Besides pure material sounds of worldly nature, Gram Katha, or there are other scriptures. Every religion is there. We have the book of the religion, the book of the religion. We have Quran, the book of religion. Another part is a book of religion, the Bible. Oh, the book of religion, Torah. While others talk about book, a book of a religion, we are talking about what? Library of religion. 4 Vedas and Upavedas and Vedangas and Shardarshanas and 18 Puranas and Bhagavad Purana and then Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat and the Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas have added so much dimension of matchless and unparalleled in history and in existence. There's so much knowledge and all pure and potent knowledge. So I wasn't going to say unfortunately or whatever. They have a book of religion, the book of religion. But then that book of religion is also not all pure stuff. A lot of speculation is there. And a lot of misleading, distorted, diluted statements are there. And Bible and Quran. Or Prabhupada says, oh, they are like a pocket dictionary. Prabhupada is very generous even saying them. They are some kind of scriptures. They're pocket dictionary. And our Vedic literature is what? Oxford Dictionary. Very elaborate, the vast encyclopedia. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki, they call him, is a walking encyclopedia. All body of knowledge he carries in his head and in his heart. So by the grace of Krishna Karuna Sindhu, the kind Lord, or Anarapita Charim Chirat Karunaya Avatirnaha Kalo. Lord was kind of compelled or forced to make his advent, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What compelled him? Karunaya, his own karuna. He couldn't help. He had no choice but to appear because so much of his own karuna for the living entities which are his parts and parcels, they have forgotten. And so that Lord Gauranga appeared 5,000 years ago, not 5,000, 500 years ago. And then Krishna Chaitanya, or many acharyas, I wrote so many books, so many scriptures. Gita is a preliminary knowledge. Bhagavatam is what? Graduation course knowledge. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is what? Post-graduation. And what about Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu knowledge or the delete or the thesis you could write, doctorate on all these different scriptures. And then our acharyas had been writing books, writing commentaries, 6 Goswamis, and then those Acharya Traya, team of 3 of them, Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamanand Prabhu, and then another batch of 2, Baldev Vidyabhushan and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. There are 6 Goswamis, then Acharya Traya, and there are 2 of them, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan. And then 3 more. That was Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki, the volume of writings that he did. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was another reservoir of knowledge. And Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, the big exponent of the Vedic literature, and he kind of summarized and Vedic as well as our Gaudiya literatures and packed them into his books. And they are made available, and world is changing. Yeah, Prabhupada also said that. This revolution, French Revolution, and what other revolutions? Russian revolutions, Greek Revolution, you name it. But then revolution and no dissolution, no solution. Revolution after revolutions were coming and going, disappearing. But here is a spiritual revolution. What is bringing about the resolution is Srila Prabhupada's books. Srila Prabhupada's translated book distribution key. And the revolution, because, that's another point also, is this revolution brought about by Srila Prabhupada's books is a revolution in consciousness. Maybe they were coming up with some social reforms, political reforms, or some revolution in political fields, at mental level, something. But no one did this, bringing revolution in consciousness. And once that consciousness is revolutionized, this is it. There's nothing more to be revolutionized or changed or so this is a permanent and final revolution. And we have seen it, we have experienced it. Srila Prabhupada's books, either hearing them or reading them personally or hearing them in Bhagavata Nityam, Bhagavata Sevaya or Bhagavad Gita discussions and discourses. Has that changed anyone assembled here? If yes, raise your hands. Has Prabhupada's books, reading or hearing them, and that question, if asked to anybody, everybody, I did ask this question in Mongolia. Mongolia. I was just there a few days ago, and I asked, what changed you? What changed you? They have Bhagavad Gita in Mongolian language, Mongolian language. And no one else is really preaching there. No other religion. Buddhism is there, but they don't do much active preaching, talking. And we are the only one there. And you know how many people are there? It's one of the big nation, size-wise, big country. China size or Russia size, almost. But how many people are there? 3.5 million. When you hear million, it sounds big, a million. There's 35 lakhs 35 लाख लोग वहां रहते हैं, 35 लाख। पुणे में कितने रहते हैं? What is the population of Pune? Huh? 70. So, double the population of Mongolia reside just in one city, in Pune. So, devotees have printed Bhagavad Gita and some other books in Mongolian language, and they're actively distributing, and they're all becoming devotees and fixed up devotees, and their life has changed 180 degrees. They're not going back to a previous lifestyle, or they're not going to become Buddhists again. So soon, in another 100, 500 years, the whole country could become Krishna conscious country. As Prabhupada was in Mauritius, you know, population of Mauritius, 13 lakhs. 13 lakhs is a total population of Mauritius. And we already have thousands of devotees, but Prabhupada did say, you make Mauritius the first Krishna conscious country in the world. Prabhupada visited Mauritius twice, and in one of those visits, he challenged devotees or gave this goal. So, kind Gauranga is going to spread this Krishna consciousness, distribute love of Godhead in every town, every village of the world. Prithvite ashajata nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoibe moranam. I'll just say quickly my thoughts, and I'll stop. Because in a lot of times we probably do not think, when we hear this prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we say, oh, the holy name will reach every town, every village. Of course, that will certainly happen. But what about books? Are Srila Prabhupada's books also going to reach every town and every village, or no? Yes, no? Of course. Holy name may be the first one, but that is not always the case. A lot of times the books go there first. When, in Russia, some 50 years ago, when the religion is all banned, no dharma, communism. So devotees going there, of course, Srila Prabhupada had managed, and that's a big. In 71, Hare Krishna festival, Cross Maidan, Bombay was happening. I was there in the audience, a youth college student. And one day there was an announcement. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is visiting communist country, Moscow. He's going to Moscow. There was a big applause. Everyone applauded. It came as a big surprise. What? A religionist sadhu is going to Russia? So that Prabhupada managed, and within few days Prabhupada he made one Russian gentleman, young man, into a devotee, initiated him, and gave him name also what? Ananta Shanti Das. He was Ananta Shanti Das. But then for a long time, no Hare Krishnas were allowed to go there. But you know what smart book distributors were doing from different European destinations? They would find out which ship cargo ship is going in the direction of Russia, or which Russian port it is headed for. And devotees would throw boxes, cartoons of Prabhupada's books, throw them into those ships, cargo ships. And they were ending up in the different ports, and Russians would not, while downloading, hey, what is this? But they'll just throw, okay, let it go. And the boxes were landing in Russia, and somehow they were making up, reaching different hands all over Russia. And the devotees were reading, and those who were reading, they started chanting, making beads. They were also making dolls, the deities. They started following 4 regulative principles. They had not met anybody, no devotee, no sadhu has reached or seen only Prabhupada's books. By reading them, they were following all the principles and chanting, and so Prabhupada's books could do all this, has done all this. And Prabhupada's books are also going to reach every town, every village, all over the world. So the knowledge in these books, which is originally coming from the Lord, and Prabhupada has personally explained that knowledge in his purports, and it is now being translated in so many languages. Prabhupada was such a smart. You preach in English language. Huh? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, you preach in English language. Okay, if I have to preach in English language, I should have books in English. So Prabhupada writes some books, Bhagavatam, and writes purports, translations in English. And once those books were there, he had followers in the West, and one in Los Angeles sitting on Vyasa and saying, now you print my books in as many languages as possible. Vyas is that personality. What is meaning of Vyas? Expander, one who expands. So Prabhupada immediately, with this instruction, you print my books in as many languages. Prabhupada played the role of Vyas, or being Vyas, and the books were now available everywhere around the world and being read. And Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution Key. Yeah, so thank you for this Sanga, organizing Sanga, and giving me opportunity. I suppose I'm going to get another round of, and I have lots of ideas. I have a good sized list, which I'm going to share how we could expand, increase book distribution in the future, now and into the future. So I look forward to that time, I think tomorrow. So, Gaur Premanande.
His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj ki. So we are so fortunate that Maharaj is also going to be there today and tomorrow with us. And tomorrow there will be again a session by Maharaj, especially on, I believe it's bullock cart book distribution, and so many other things also. Okay. strategies, new strategies and all. Right, so thank you very, very much, Maharaj, for your powerful words of wisdom and book distribution. Right, so now we move on to the next session. Right, so nothing starts with a vision. Right, so Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur actually gave Srila Prabhupada a vision. He said, if you ever get money, print books. One visionary statement. And what happened? The BBT was born. The biggest book trust for spiritual books was born. So, this session now, the next session, we'll be having, it's called Vision Talk. 2030 Sankirtan Strategies. Make book distribution mainstream. Make book distribution mainstream in the next 5 years. So this is a vision, right? And we want to hear from all of you. Sadhya Prabhuji said that now we have to hear from all of you. Right? So we want to hear from all of you also. And I would like to request Nitai Madhav Prabhu. We have a facilitation expert, Nitai Madhav Prabhu, who has been in the field of education for more than 15 years and is an expert in facilitation and right, brainstorming and all those TTC skills. Right, so he's been doing it for the last 15 years. So I would like to request him. And on top of that, he's a very devoted book distributor. Right, so he's the ideal person for the job. No. Right? Okay, so over to Nitai Madhav Prabhu. Right, so just after this, we'll be having another session, story time, Sankirtan stories, and so we'll be having lunch after that around, right, nobody's hungry, right? Yeah. Right, so we'll be having lunch around 2 o'clock, right? Yeah, just little bit before 2 o'clock so that all of you can even do your Gayatri and take lunch. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Mogyanatimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So Praneshwar Prabhu is introducing me. Actually 20 years ago, Praneshwar Prabhu came next to Iskcon Juhu temple in one Mithibai college and he set up a book table during marathon. And one young boy came there to buy the book and that's me. I'm standing here today because of him. So just to mention, can we just share the screen? Yes. So 2030 Sankirtan strategies, making book distribution mainstream. So there's a nice letter by Srila Prabhupada. He says book distribution is our most important activity. The temple is a place to make devotees and send them out for preaching. And book distribution is the best preaching work. Letter to Vishwakarma, November 9, 1976. So we have also read and heard in many of Srila Prabhupada's books and in also the biographies that how important he considered book distribution. His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj also wrote in his Srila Prabhupada in Bombay book, and we find even Giriraj Maharaj mentions about this, that at one point when the NOC was not available for the Juhu temple, that time Srila Prabhupada, he wrote a letter saying that no matter if we don't get the temple, don't get the NOC to make the temple, we should just make it into a Sankirtan book stop, Sankirtan bus stop. So where buses can come and they can refuel. So to that point, Srila Prabhupada was emphasizing on book distribution. So now we would like to mention this. This is the primary objective of the ICC Book Distribution Committee, which is to firmly establish Srila Prabhupada's book distribution as the central and mainstream activity of every Iskcon center. So we want to establish book distribution as the central and primary activity of every Iskcon center, wherein we would like to take inputs from all of you. We would like to request Mohan Rupa Prabhu to give at least 1 or 2 points wherein how we can go about achieving this objective.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Yeah, this is a very, very important topic. To formally establish Srila Prabhupada's book distribution as a central and mainstream activity of every Iskcon center. So there is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antalila, chapter 4, text 71. Maybe you all know the verse. Tar madhye sarvasreshta nama sankirtan, niraparad naam loy paye prem dhan. So this nama sankirtan, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, this is the Antalila. So he's saying that Tar madhya sarvasreshta nama sankirtan. Nama sankirtan is what? The topmost of all the limbs of devotional service. Sreshta, sarvasreshta. So, what does it mean? Does it mean that we should close down all the temples? We should not do deity worship? No food for life, no good for life, no life membership? We are trying our best also. And many other services are there in our society. So, should we stop all the service and just do Sankirtan? What does it mean? So, similarly, this also. To formally establish Srila Prabhupada's book distribution as central and mainstream activity of every free Iskcon center. So how to connect that verse with this statement? It means that with all the limbs of the devotional service, according to the Acharyas, Srila Jiva Goswami in his Shat Sandarbha, and also Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Jaiv Dharma, and Srila Prabhupada also himself has stressed it and practically has applied also. Said all the limbs of devotional service must be accompanied by Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy names. So similarly, if you can take the same statement here, to formally establish Srila Prabhupada's book distribution as central and mainstream activity of every Iskcon center, that means every activity of Iskcon must be accompanied by book distribution. Because this is also Sankirtan. This is Bharat Kirtan. Bharat Kirtan. This books, Srila Prabhupada's books contains what? What does it contain? It contains the chanting of the holy names of the Lord in abundance. In all the books, Prabhupada is stressing on chanting the holy names of the Lord. And therefore, the devotees who distribute Srila Prabhupada's books, they are also known as Sankirtan devotees, glorifying the Lord, glorifying Lord's name, qualities, and pastimes, His opulences. So therefore, we have to be conscious of this fact. Whatever activity we may perform, whether we are distributing prasadam, or whether we are doing youth preaching, doing deity worship, cleaning the temple hall, going around different places in Namata centers for congregation preaching, and Rath Yatras, festivals, and many other activities. So what we are supposed to do? Like one Pandal program, Srila Prabhupada gave one lecture in the Pandal program, and a lot of people had come. Prabhupada, after the program, he asked, "Where is the bookstall?" He said, "Prabhupada, there is no bookstall." So what Prabhupada said? "Your program is useless." So it should be. So we have to see from this angle, this particular statement, how we can, involve book distribution in all the activities of ISKCON and make this program successful. Hare Krishna. Now it's your floor.
Let's show our appreciation to Mohan Rupa Prabhu. Holiness Lokanath Maharaj would like to also add. Please.
Yeah, just quick something. Yeah, one time, our Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj, in our bureau meeting, and I think a few times in GBC meeting also, he would say, it is not a ISKCON temple, or that temple is not a ISKCON temple, if the temple is not distributing books. temple is not distributing books, it is not ISKCON temple. That's one point. Could you go back to the slide? I want to, yeah, the vision statement. Put the earlier screen back. जो पहला स्क्रीन था ना वहाँ Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. Because I think we are writing something as a visionary statement. I thought we could slightly edit or alter this statement. That's my thought, and that is to firmly establish Srila Prabhupada's book distribution as a central and mainstream activity of every ISKCON center. I would add read and distribute Srila Prabhupada books. Because we also heard this morning from Bhima Prabhu, he was quoting our Vaisheshika Prabhu, and he said, the book distributors, 4 things to remember. Sadhana is a sadhana, strong sadhana. So morning sadhana, especially Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya in the morning. And all day you are distributing books. And that's more complete. Also, Prabhupada expected us to be Brahmanas, a Brahmanical society. What does Brahmanas do? They do Adhyayan, Adhyapan, Patan, Patan. So reading, and as Srila Prabhupada used to be highly pleased to hear the book distribution scores, he also did express his displeasure. At least he wrote to all of us, his disciples, that you are not reading my books. One complaint I have about you, you are not reading my books enough. So at least you could take inspiration or learn from our mistakes. We were not reading enough, but you should read. Prabhupada was expecting. So read books and distribute books. So distribute books, but also read books. I think the combination of the two. And those who read books, they would be better book distributors, as well as they will last longer as a distributors. I have a lot more to say, but I think about this point, but maybe you could consider adjusting this.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for such an important point. Actually, next month, during the ICC meeting in Kartik, we have already put this as an agenda to start ISKCON India education, to make it a little more serious education for all the Shastric degrees to facilitate the reading of Srila Prabhupada's books. So thank you very much, His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. So now the question is for all of you. We have mics. You can just raise your hands if you would like to contribute on this very important statement, which is how are we going to firmly establish the reading and distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books as the central and mainstream activity of every ISKCON center. So please raise your hands to give some. Yes, we'll start from behind. And please raise your hands. We have microphones which will arrive. Here. Yes, Sarvalakshan Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna. So, just like in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Yadyad acharati shreshtas tat tad eva itarojana. So when the temple, the top leaders, whatever they do, others will follow. So similarly, if we keep our book distribution as mainstream, if the leaders themselves they do that, then others will follow. Just like His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu, he says that keep the main activity main. So book distribution, just morning, we also heard that. So we may be youth preachers, we may be managers, we may be cooks or deity worshippers, whatever it may be. Our main activity is book distribution. That is our family business. And Sadhguru Prabhu also told that in Marwadis, they are, whatever may be, the ladies may be cooking in their house, but after once the cooking is done, then they will go for their business. Similarly, we should also keep that.
Thank you so much, Sarvalakshan Prabhu. Leaders keeping books, book distribution as top priority.
Yes.
Can we please mention that? Leaders keeping book distribution as top priority. Yes. Others, please share. Mike, can reach there, please? Oh, you have. Thank you, please.
My point is that as we have a standard morning program where we daily emphasize in a action mode japa daily. Similarly, we can have a slot for book reading that will daily emphasize that.
So you mean to say that in temples we need to have a book reading slot?
Yeah,
like
daily slot.
Leaders can emphasize a book reading daily slot. Okay, can mention there. Book reading, that's for study. Book reading slot on a daily basis.
Same for distribution also.
Hindi में भी बोल सकते हैं. Those who would like to share in Hindi. Can we have the mic here, please? Mic. Pass it here. Mataji is there.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees. प्रभु जी हम डेली रूटीन में वी आर वेरी बिजी कि हमारी एक्टिविटीज़ हैं सेवाज हैं हम नहीं कर पाते हैं बट फ्रॉम पास्ट 1 year वी लाइक 8 to 9 माताजीज इन द आफ्टरनून क्योंकि हमें दोपहर को ही टाइम मिलता है सुबह बच्चे हस्बैंड या शाम को भी हमारे पास बहुत एक्टिविटीज़ रहती हैं 1:30 to 2 हमने नाम रखा है शास्त्र मंथन एंड फ्रॉम पास्ट 1 year वी आर रीडिंग श्रीला प्रभुपाद बुक्स वी स्टार्टेड विद कृष्णा बुक एंड नाउ वी हैव स्टार्टेड प्रभुपाद लीलामृत तो वो आधा घंटा एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इज़ द बेस्ट टाइम मेरा जो मुझे एकदम नरिशमेंट वो पूरे दे और एंड वी वेट कि कब वो 1:30 से 2 बजेगा और हम प्रभुपाद की बुक्स पढ़ेंगे तो ऐसे एक रीडिंग बड़ी ग्रुप्स हम बना सकते हैं जो लाइक माइंडेड डिवोटीज़ हैं दे कैन कम टुगेदर चूज ए टाइम एंड दे कैन रीड एंड सेम with Bhagavatam, like me, my Prabhuji and 2 more devotees, like for past 4 years, COVID में हमने शुरू किया था 8 to 8:30, just half an hour we read Bhagavatam. चाहे हम एक श्लोक करें, लेकिन हमें वो टाइम देखना पड़ेगा और वो like-minded devotees ढूंढने पड़ेंगे. We can do that. अगर हम उस close group में we can read Prabhupada.
Thank you so much. Let's hear a round of applause for Mataji and her team who are doing this wonderful reading group. Thank you so much. Yes, let's keep a little bit more specific to book distribution, how to increase the book distribution, because the study is something which is going to be taken as a separate program altogether. It's that important that we need to, as Maharaj emphasized, the study of Srila Prabhupada's books is so important, we need to keep that a separate session like this for study. So we'll discuss about and cater to book distribution right now. Can we have the mic? Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. As we heard from Param Puja Sri Lokanath Swami Guru Maharaj, he quoted and Bhima Prabhu also quoted Srila Prabhupada, and many of us are quoting Srila Prabhupada, distribute books. And there is a principle, yadi adacharati shrestars. If our gurus are really fired up for book distribution, if even Diksha or Shiksha gurus or any lectures in Iskcon centers and temples, their followers will taking that value. That's definitely. If we see our gurus are really fired up And my Guru Maharaj is smiling like anything when I'm distributing books. The followers and the youth and everyone who is coming to our temple and center, they will really want to please the Guru and we'll do the book distribution. Please speak every lecture, every meeting, everywhere about book distribution.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. So, Prabhu was mentioning about special emphasis on book distribution, which is priority. Okay, here we have mentioned that. Yes, can we have the mic here, please?
Adding to Sarva Lakshan Prabhu, whenever we have the meetings, like TMC meetings, congregation development meetings, youth preaching meetings, or any big festivals meeting, we should keep one agenda of the book distribution. Like the example was given, there was big Pandal program and no book distribution table was there. The program was failure. So same content we can keep in every meeting, we can keep one topic of book distribution.
Keeping the agenda as book distribution every meeting by default.
Yes, by default. All the TMC meetings or preaching activity meetings, congregation development meetings.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Give the mic here, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Annual GBC meeting every year in Mayapur begins with book distribution discussion. The Shubharam, the inauguration of those meetings, first agenda is book distribution, BBT and book distribution, and reporting and all that. And the rest of the topics follow. So that way book distribution gets a central theme or role.
Maharaj, following in the footsteps of the GBC, the last 3 years, ICC meeting begins in the Kartik with the Bhadra Purnima award distribution and book distribution and pledges for the marathon. And the same thing continues in Gaur Purnima meeting for pledges and the awards for marathon plus preparation for Bhadra Purnima. So we're just following the same in the ICC also.
Yes, Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. प्रभु जी, मेरा प्रश्न जो है, मतलब मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि हमारी भगवद गीता सर्वसुलभ नहीं है अभी. अगर आप देखें ईसाई मिशनरियाँ या तबलीगी जमात के लोग, वो मुफ्त में जो है पुस्तकें बांटते रहते हैं, और या तो बहुत महंगी, जैसे 250 रुपये 300 रुपये, Tier 1 Tier 2 सिटीज़ में सबके लिए सुलभ होता है. लेकिन जैसे गीता प्रेस की जो गीता है, उस तरह से हम प्रभुपाद की गीता को क्यों नहीं छाप सकते? मतलब अगर आप देखें जो बड़े शहरों में बड़े मंदिर हैं, उनके पास डोनर्स हैं, और वो लोग वैसे भी जो पुस्तक वितरण होता है वो स्पॉन्सरशिप पे ज़्यादा होता है, ना कि सड़कों भी करते हैं. लेकिन तो इस तरह से सब मिलकर के कुछ सर्वसुलभ भगवद गीता ले आए, जिससे जो सामान्य लोग हैं, गाँवों के ग्रामीण परिवेश के लोग हैं, वो भी प्रभुपाद की भगवद गीता पढ़ पाए. तो इस विषय में कोई चर्चा क्यों नहीं होती या क्यों नहीं किया जाता?
इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट प्रभु जी जो आपने छेड़ा. ये मुद्दा एक्चुअली चैलेंज में आता है, विच इज वन ऑफ द टॉपिक्स ऑफ डिस्कशन ऑल्सो. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू प्लीज सेव इट फॉर द चैलेंज. हाउएवर, यू डिड मेंशन एन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट विच इज easy access and availability. Easy access and availability, if you could mention. Yes.
सर्वसुलभ करना है, मतलब जैसे
कैसे सर्वसुलभ का मतलब?
जैसे अभी शैम्पू की बोतल आती है, शैम्पू की बोतल, बाल जो लगा, हम लोग तो टकले हैं, तो जिनके बाल हैं वो शैम्पू देखिए 200-300 रुपए की आती है. तो जो बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां होती हैं उनको 1 रुपए के सैशे में देती हैं, जिससे सभी को मिल पाए, प्राप्त हो पाए. नहीं, गीता सार नहीं, प्रभुपाद की टीकाओं के साथ. मतलब वो, हाँ ठीक है, सही कह रहे हैं आप, लेकिन
नहीं, वैसे छोटी किताबें हैं.
नहीं प्रभु जी, छोटी नहीं, प्रभुपाद की पुस्तक ही, क्योंकि टीकाएं सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है ना.
नहीं, टीका ही है, वो भी सॉफ्ट बाइंडिंग है, थोड़ा लेवल तो है. तो ये खैर बड़ा सब्जेक्ट है.
जी,
फिर भी नोट कर ले रहे हैं.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. One suggestion is, if we can make the Bhagavad Gita not hard bound, the soft bound, the price will go down. तो अगर pricing कम करें तो we can reach more and more people. That's a very big challenge, because a lot of times 250 rupees, 270 rupees, people say, oh, next time we'll take it. So if we can make it within 150, that will be very nice.
That's some feedback for the BBT.
Yes, Prabhu.
But the thing is, we are kind of being very specific. These are some challenges. So what we'll do is, dear devotees, challenges is a separate session altogether. So because these challenges will need some more brainstorming and there'll be a lot of discussion also. So we'll come back to challenges.
Yeah, just we should clarify. देखिए, printing is very costly. Paper is very expensive now. तो अभी BBT क्या कर रहे हैं? इतना टाइट उन्होंने इतना वर्क फ्लो इतना एफिशिएंट किया है कि जितना हमको इकोनॉमी ऑफ स्केल मिल जाए, इकोनॉमी परचेज मिल जाए, बहुत एक अच्छे मैनेजर हमारे वो टॉप पे हैं. तो अब हार्ड बाउंड इसलिए किया जाता है कि ये कई साल रहना चाहिए. बट ये पॉइंट ठीक है, और कैसे क्या नोट किया गया. थैंक यू.
Just want to add one point on the increasing book distribution. Like we have many temples doing book distribution. The scores are high, but 70% of book distribution in India comes from 30% of temples. 70-30 policy. But if we can increase number of centers to participate, and majorly in temple we have majorly brahmacharis and some congregation leaders are doing. If the participation of every leader of Bhakti Ruksha, every devotee increases. So we should have two lines in future. Number of centers participate and number of devotees participate in Yatra, rather than books. Like if increase number of book distributors in Yatra, naturally the scores will increase, It's a natural thing. So we have to focus that in our Yatra, how many book distributors we are coming up? Or we only 10, 15 top leaders are doing book distribution? Or if you can increase that number, there's a sustainable growth in our book distribution. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Sri Prabhu mentioned this important point of increasing the number of centers participation. Okay, coming back to the topic, how do we increase keeping book distribution as the primary in all our Iskcon centers? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji just mentioned this point, so I would say related to that only, that Prabhuji was saying that if number of centers which are taking part in marathon or distribution should increase. So if leaders of ICC committee, they could personally come and visit the centers specifically during the time of marathon. So then the centers and the leaders of the centers, they would feel motivated and they will relate that, okay, they are caring about us. They are thinking about increment of our book distribution in our centers. Like during the when His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj was here on the planet, so he personally used to do this thing, and that really played a great role in every temple's book distribution, Prabhuji. So if that could happen, then that could really motivate all the centers and temples, Prabhuji.
Yes, so leaders visiting temples to provide inspiration and encouragement.
Yes.
That's an important point. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, one point I was thinking that if we have a daily japa quota for every devotee, so if we have a daily book distribution quota for every devotee, then it will automatically become
book distribution quota. Thank you for mentioning.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
This could be a criteria to live inside the temple. Have a book quota.
Okay, can you
Hare
have the
Krishna,
mic?
Prabhu.
Yes, who's speaking? Raise your hand, please.
So, Prabhu, like Mataji was mentioning about reading, there are two thoughts I have. One is like we have temple closures between 1 to 4, mostly a lot of visitors visiting temple. So maybe if temples have some small libraries where we can engage the visitors who are just sitting idle between 1 to 4 who are visiting temple, they can sit and read, as well as same can be used for book distribution. They can be inspired as well as given books. Let them read some pages and then inspired to take books. This is one thought. The second thought is like throughout, like we maintain our donors and throughout the year for their birthdays or any festival or childbirth or annaprashna, any pujas pradhana. Like if we can have this Tula Bharam programs where they can give on the weight of the child or weight of the parent or on your birthday through your weight, how much books you want to distribute. It's a dan, Shastra dan, as well as direct book distribution that can be used.
Okay, so your point was increasing book distribution through strategies.
Strategy.
Two strategies. One is you mentioned about open access to library, and thereby we also distribute, take it as an opportunity to distribute.
Yeah.
And the second one of having, what was it?
Tula Bhar, like weight.
Yes.
Like generally I've seen it is done on festivals only, some centers, instead of that making it a throughout year program.
Yeah, so these are good strategies. Thank you, Prabhu.
Like birthdays, anniversaries, childbirth, Annaprashna time. So children weights are less. So parents are inspired, maybe 10 books, 20 books. Continuously throughout the year it keeps moving on.
Thank you for strategies. Yes, can we have a mic here, please? And then behind, you can go behind.
Everybody should introduce them. Name and temple.
Please mention your name henceforward. Please mention your name and which temple you are from before giving your response. Please.
Hare Krishna. Lokanath Iskcon India. So, Prabhuji, as you mentioned that to formally establish Srila Prabhupada book distribution and reading as central and mainstream. So, yes. Yes. So, I have some little idea what I observe, and maybe many leaders observing, that currently the consciousness is changing in our devotees, especially youth preachers who are going to be leaders of the society. And now there is a concept coming like boiling the milks. So in name of boiling the milk, as Prabhupada told, but they think that we have distributed so many books, but what is happening, right? So now it's time to preach more and more books, and many youth preachers coming up with their own books. So many books are coming for the preaching, this book, basic Bhagavad Gita, advanced Bhagavad Gita, books like that. So slowly, gradually, what I feel, the importance of the book distribution is going down. The consciousness is getting changed. Here, we all are here who are interested in book distribution. That devotees only gather here. But who are, everyone is interested, but now the thought process is going to change. So in one of the, Maharaj is here, so I'm not criticizing, but in one of the, in our GBC college, when I attended GBC college, then there was one session and given by one motivation speaker. I don't give the name. So he came and he started with a statement. So up till now we distributed so many books. What happened? Nothing. Now we have to. So it was in a GBC meeting. So I could not tolerate, so I stand up and I also argue with him, because of the book distribution we are here, and how can you speak like that? So if such a thing happening on a higher level, so obviously it's adversely affect the consciousness, and mostly every temple is facing this problem, maybe because the youth preachers are not interested in the book distribution, right? And they are going to be leaders of the society. So certainly after 10, 20, 30 years, we will have the leaders who are not interested in the book distribution, because they are coming up like that way. So this should be changed. The youth preaching strategy has to be changed, or something to be done for this. And second thing I want to say that as we have in ICC so many categories we have for the awards, like outposts, extension, preaching, medium, small and big temples. So what happened, that when we look at that micro level, at temple level, so in temple level we can incorporate a strategy where we can have the book distribution awards for different categories, like for Matajis, for children's, for the congregation, for youth. So this will inspire them, because when we see normally what happens with the youth preachers normally do one-to-one preachings. So they will get a score of 1,000 or 2,000 books, even though they do hard work. But when there is a congregation devotee or some fundraiser, with the help of the donation from the big donor, he will have the score of 20,000, 25,000 books. So when the program held in the temple for the awards, that person is appreciated. Obviously, that should be appreciated because he has distributed 20, 25,000. But what about the youth preachers or some Matajis and kids who have distributed one-to-one, put hard works, but they are not appreciating? So we can also categorize such kind of system. So each and every stakeholder of the temple can be appreciated, and that way only we can have the centralized, we can have the space in every heart of the devotees for the book distribution.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for such an elaborate point. 2 points you mentioned, which is prioritizing book distribution for youth preachers, right? And also within temples having some more awards to facilitate and encourage book distributors.
Category wise.
Thank you.
प्रभु ऐसा था, ये इस पे किताब आ रही है हमारी. We have distributed so many books. What has happened? इस पे किताब आ रही है. उसमें 200 स्टोरीज है, क्या हुआ है? And ये लोग जो बोल रहे हैं क्या हुआ, हम इतनी किताबें बेच के हुआ क्या? सब तिलक वाले इस्कॉन व तिलकधारी डिवोटी नहीं है. कितने कितने जंगलों में डिवोटी बैठे हैं, और दे आर ऑल नॉट कमिंग टू इस्कॉन. एंड द रीजन वो जो बोल रहे हैं, दे बिकेम डिवोटी बिकॉज ऑफ बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. नॉट ओनली दे मे नॉट हैव रेड इट, बट बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन से कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल ऑफ सोसाइटी गोज अप. तो एक एरिया में एक बुक है, दैट होम बिकम्स ए टेम्पल, द रेजिडेंस ऑफ द लॉर्ड, दैट रेडिएट्स द स्पिरिचुअल वाइब्रेशन. सो द रीजन वो लोग बोल रहे हो कि आप ये जो बोलने वाले हैं, द वेरी फैक्ट हाउ दे बिकेम डिवोटी. तो दिस इज आई वुड से डिमोनियक प्रोपेगेंडा. ये आपने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बोला है. क्या होता है बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, कंसेप्ट बॉइलिंग, इस नाम पे एक पूरी जनरेशन आ रही है, क्रॉप आ रही है, जो कि एक्चुअली एवर्स है, फ्रूटिव है, क्योंकि हम जो प्रीच कर रहे हैं हमारे होना है. बुक्स में इट्स अ सेल्फलेस सर्विस. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. द बुक इज कमिंग ऑन दैट पॉइंट.
Thank you, Sahadev Prabhu. We are awaiting very much eagerly your book. We have His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj with us. So we'd like to, can we just show on the screen the message by His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj? Over to you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. First of all, Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyata Rishatarine Panchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Aditanam Bhavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha. So first of all, I'm very sorry that I can't be with all of you today physically, but I've been listening as attentively as possible since I was able to join. And of course, I thank all of the devotees, especially Bhima Prabhu, for his empowered, forceful message and the steps which are important to be able to distribute books, and His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj for his wonderful presentation of how, we have the library of library of religiosity or library of spirituality. Wonderful points. Now, in this brainstorming session, many of you, especially Mohan Rupa Prabhu, Sitaram Prabhu, many of you, I've made a presentation of what I previously called one book a week. And I would like to explain to everybody here a little more about that, but at another occasion, because right now we're in brainstorming what is going to increase book distribution. So everything I've heard is very wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. But I'm afraid that in the future, because of the influence of Kali, the influence of Maya, that maybe not so many devotees will be joining our ashrams. You know, still in India it's very strong. We have so many devotees in the ashram. You know, some places I've heard, you know, it's becoming a little harder to really convince someone to come into the ashram. So, but what increases more and more is our congregation. But sometimes the majority, or most of the times I see congregational devotees, they read and wonderful, I heard reading groups and, you know, these are all good things. But the majority of congregational devotees, at least when I give a lecture or something, I see they're not reading as much as they should be. So this idea that I've had of one book a week is based on two principles. First, the principle of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jari Dekatari Kaha Krishnu Padesh Amara Gyaya Guru Hanyatara Desh. Everyone should become Guru. So this program is designed to that every congregational devotee is encouraged to become a Guru. How? They distribute a book. But the point is not to distribute the book. That's not the only point. The point is to contact the person to whom I distributed it to and cultivate them until they have all of Srila Prabhupada's books. So what does this do? It complies with Lord Chaitanya's order. Atta eva ami agya dilun sabakari yahan tahan premapala deha jaritari. I order every person within this universe, you must take these fruits of love of God. And those fruits of love of God have manifested in the form of Srila Prabhupada's books. Take them and distribute them to whoever you meet, wherever you go. So this is the order of Mahaprabhu. We should not allow our congregation just to become people who come on Sunday and take darshan and chant and take some prasadam and go away. We have the responsibility of those persons who have been touched by Srila Prabhupada's books to help them to become Guru. Now, another very important instruction of Srila Prabhupada, which is in the purport of first canto, first chapter, text number 6. Srila Prabhupada says, to hear, and he's speaking about the Vedas, or speaking about his books. So he says, to hear and explain them is more important than reading them. One can assimilate the knowledge of revealed scriptures only by hearing and explaining. Hearing is called Shravana, and explaining is called Kirtan. The two processes of Shravana and Kirtan are of primary importance to progressive spiritual life. So I say it is not only for increasing book distribution, it's our duty to make sure that our congregational members are advancing, not just by taking a course which sometimes stays in the category of theoretical knowledge, but helping them to apply it to jnanam, that jnanam vijnana sahitam, that there must be vijnana, and we have to engage these thousands. You go to a temple, I go to a temple, Mangal Artik, there may be X amount of devotees. But on Sunday, there will be 5 to 10 times more people. So we have to take advantage of these numbers because these numbers will increase. And if we can encourage all of our congregational devotees not only to distribute a book, I say one book a week because anybody can do it, but another reason is if you actually start cultivating the person, it will be a full-time service. There will be personal contact, and people respond better to personal contact. And this way, it expands more and more. And it doesn't, and it's not only limited to our temples. To every temple, every extension center, every congregational group, every namahata, every bhakti vriksha can engage everyone in their group in book distribution. So I would like to explain a little more, but I just wanted to put out that idea because other devotees want to speak. But this is something I feel can add and even exponentially increase our book distribution if we apply it properly. So thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Distribution of Srila Prabhupada's books ki jai.
Thank you, His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj, for mentioning this important point of engaging our thousands of congregation in book distribution and also the regular study of Srila Prabhupada's books. Yes, we would like to again, a couple of more points we can take. We had some hands up. So those who haven't yet spoken, we'd like to give them a chance. Prabhuji here is there, here and here behind. And then behind also. Yes.
हरे कृष्णा इस्कॉन अलीबाग तो हम लास्ट 25 साल से प्रचार कर रहे तो एक बार महाराज से श्री लोकनाथ स्वामी महाराज से पूछा कि हमारा जो बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है वो भी सैचुरेशन हो गया क्योंकि वहाँ का जो लोग है 1 लाख लोग है हमारे 50 लाख तो भगवत गीता गए तो महाराज बोले अभी नगर में नहीं ग्राम में जाओ तो महाराज की इस स्फूर्ति से हम गांव में जाए अभी 3 साल में 150 गांव में ये किया तो हर गांव का जो नेता रहता वो सरपंच था उसको क्या बोलता हमें स्पॉन्सर करो लेकिन लक्ष्मी मीना बुक के रूप में तो वहाँ जाके हम जो गांव के गरीब लोग हैं शिक्षक है टीचर ब्रह्मचारी वो लोगों को बांटते हैं तो हमारा जो बुक्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वो 1.5 लाख के आगे चलेगी तो एक में महाराज के सलाह से तो महाराज ने बार बार हमें जो भी समस्या है तो महाराज को मिलते और हमारा बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सेंटर भी बढ़ गया और जो डोनेशन वो भी बढ़ गया क्योंकि लोग बढ़ गए और इसलिए हमारा प्रचार ज़्यादा चल रहा है हरे कृष्ण
Village outreach.
यस विलेज नगराधिग्राम
Yes. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Here behind, Prabhuji had it.
Hare Krishna. This is Vinay Nitai Das from Iskcon Vijayawada. Thank you all very much. Dandavad pranams. So this is central and mainstream. Vaisheshik Maharaj says the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. So book distribution is just one department in the temple, right? And there are many other departments. If this has to be the mainstream, then the main leaders like the temple management, temple presidents or board members, they have to be like all these things. They should be like for enthused to keep book stalls and book distribution. That's one thing I thought. And as anniversaries like point 11, it says we can be done in anniversaries. In the same way, especially people would like to give Bhagavad Gita when anyone passes away from this world, Pinda Pradhan, and during that time, there is Brahmana Sanghas everywhere. If you can reach out to the Brahmana Sanghas and then we can make a deal with them, whoever comes to you, just encourage them, just give 10 books in your father's name, it will be good. And then at that time, because that's like that moment, he will agree to anything because it's very, it will be good for the departed ancestors, so he will do it. So he can do 10 or 50 or 100 or whatever, depends on that. And because we are in Vijayawada, Krishna Nadi Thir, so there are so many who come who does that Pinda Pradhan. And yeah, this one point already touched. Last year while we were doing book distribution in December, almost every home we went, we go door to door. And they have Bhagavad Gita, they have a Krishna book. Then I realized but why they're not reading, it's just there with some dirt, like piled up somewhere. They're not opening it, they're not reading, they're not becoming devotees, they're not even chanting. So then I thought, our job is not done just by giving the book. We need to ensure that they read them. That's the whole purpose. They need to read them, they chant, and they become devotees, come to the temple, and then the temples will be crowded. That's what I thought. So book reading, as Lokanath Swami Maharaj said, and then Guru Prasad Maharaj, reading is very, very important. So we also started in Vijayawada. In the morning we are reading 1.5 hours Srimad Bhagavatam, half an hour Bhagavad Gita, like that. And because especially a few decades ago, there was not many distractions. Now there is there's only one channel, DD back then, but now there are hundreds of channels. There is Hotstar, Netflix, and so many things. So book reading, nobody is, but so we need to follow up, as Maharaj said, yes. Very, very important point. So that's what, we can create this book distribution groups, who give them a book, then we can add them to the group so that we can follow up them, so that they are reading and they can join the reading sessions like that, and then they can become devotees. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji, your point was leadership emphasis, and your point was also outreaching to Brahmanas groups and then taking opportunities in times like Pitru Paksha, etc.
Exactly. So those times they will, those who are doing, they will be eager to agree to it. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Can we have here, mic behind, please? Here, couple of devotees there. Here, yes. Yes, please. Yes, Prabhuji. How do we increase book distribution?
Hare Krishna. My name is Rasik Keshav Das from Gurugram near Delhi NCR. So first of all, thank you for organizing this wonderful Sangha. Few days back, I was watching one video about Sankirtan stories by Dr. Sahadev Prabhuji. I never knew him before, but I was so much impressed. I had a desire to meet Prabhuji. And when I came here and I saw that Sahadev Prabhuji is here, so I was so much in bliss. So I'm very much enjoying this Sangha. And as many people said, if we have to increase the congregation members, here we can see in this Sangha there are a lot of brahmacharis, but very few congregation members. So I'm from Gurugram, where people, congregation is increasing in past few years, and there are devotees who do book distribution. But if we have to increase the congregation to participate in book distribution, we have to facilitate them, because they hesitate to go out, because the major way we do book distribution is going out on the roads. And so it's easy for the brahmacharis to do, but sometimes it is not very easy for the congregation members and matajis and kids to do that. So probably we have to facilitate them with some collaterals, like we have a lot of prospects, and we can have some, ICC can design some banners, posters, or some small booklets which can be handy, and they can take with them and they can explain it. Because not every congregation member is so much expert in explaining. Right? Those who are regular book distributors, they get accustomed to how to speak. But occasional book distributors, like congregation members, they may not have that much, ideas how to convince someone. And so this is one thing. And we can have training programs, how we can increase book distributors. Like we have Bhakti Shastris. Yes, like we have Bhakti Shastris. So we can add one module on book distribution in that curriculum. Also, we have many other programs like Ashray, Bhakti Shastra, Bhakti Riksha. So we can add these Bhakti book distribution in those curriculums, so that it is easy for the to get the value for these book distribution.
Okay, Prabhuji, your point was well noted. It's about increasing congregation, facilitating congregation book distribution, and training, providing training to them.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Can we pass the mic behind, please?
Hare Krishna, this is Sachidulal Gaur Haridas from Iskcon Koraput, Outpost Center. Here we are discussing distributing and reading also. And similarly, when you have many congregation members, I think some congregation members, they read Prabhupada books and some are not. Then you can encourage them a small book starting from that in every month we distribute, they purchase the book and they read, and you can have an exam for them also. Then they inspire to read and do the exam. In that one, they can preach also the same message to others. And it will be add a value and a seriousness also among the devotees. Hare Krishna.
More strategy for congregation outreach. Yes. Congregation, inspiration, encouraging congregation devotees. Yes?
And whom they also distributing the books, what Maharaj told, you can distribute and explain also. In that one, you can add them nowadays in Zoom and Google Meet are there. In that way, you can connect more and more people also in this. Hare Krishna.
Give that behind, please.
Chitta Hari Krishna Das, Iskcon Ujjain. So I just heard that in Bhadra Purnima, one temple, Iskcon Pranihati, distributed around 500 Bhagavatam sets, small center. So I was hearing about their strategy. So the one devotee told that out of 500, one devotee distributed 200 Bhagavatam sets just by online preaching. So he's not having much thing, only having a system, and he's giving lectures. And those who are receiving Bhagavatam, he has started online Bhagavatam reading session for them. So when they read for 1 hour, till next year, they are also prepared that each one, each one. They will also bring one person. Similarly, he does for Bhagavad Gita also. So as Prabhuji was telling that in Aligarh, only 1 lakh, it is saturated. So in many places it is there, but there through digital platform, if you go, because people are there, we cannot, tell them don't do it. But if we enter their place, then we can increase book distribution. That was
very nice. Increasing, you're saying increasing digital outreach, digital book distribution, exploring this possibility of digital book distribution is what you're...
Not only distribution, but enabling them to read also, to whom we are distributing.
Yes. We can utilize the online very well. You can give there, Prabhuji, mic behind last. Yes, we have a lot of
Hare
nice
Krishna.
suggestions. Okay.
I'm Sudarshan Harishivak Das from Iskcon Brahmapur and Kushpur. So my point already got covered by Prabhuji's, but still coming together is very much important. As Maharaj was stating, in Sundays especially devotees come to temple. They gather in a great number actually. So that's the point that coming together, as with me, my friend, His Grace Hari Prasad Prabhu is there. He's taking a lot of responsibilities for preaching in our temple. So by Prabhuji's planning only, we inaugurated one committee of devotees called Prabhupada Sena. We put 2 months, and devotees came together and inaugurated the program, and by that we conduct our Srimad Bhagavatam class every day. They are coming together, and we says them to keep Srimad Bhagavatam with them and to follow with us. So that impacts a lot. And another point is that we have another devotee with us as centers connected to our temple, His Grace Bhuban Mohan Prabhu. He is distributing a lot of Bhagavatams in 100 of numbers actually by conducting the morning program in devotees' houses actually with his devotee committee and group of devotees. They are going individual houses and they are conducting the program. And instead of doing Prajalpas, whenever someone is coming, they are greeting them with, by putting some knowledge from Srila Prabhupada's books and conducting classes based upon each and individual books of Srila Prabhupada. So that can bring an impact. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. That's you're also emphasizing on congregational outreach, utilizing the
Yes,
congregation. Very nice. And Sunday programs also.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. Can we have there behind? Then Mataji here. Yes, behind, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, please.
I'm Sarthi Shamadas from Iskcon Raichur, Karnataka. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all the members of the ICC Book Distribution Committee for organizing this wonderful program. It's a very wonderful program, inspiring. The topic was about reading and distribution. So my humble suggestion was that if every temple could have a library where all the people, visitors, can sit and read books instead of just having a book distribution table. If everyone can get an opportunity, we can read, open the books and read. Maybe after reading, they could buy more books. And so this will help in reading as well as distribution. And secondly, just want to share, like a few weeks ago when Mataji came and she showed a video. In that video, there was a marriage function. In the marriage function, so they had arranged so many Bhagavad Gita books, and the couple distributed those Bhagavad Gita books to the guests. And she said, I would also like to do this. So she got inspired by seeing a video. So in today's world, media is playing a very important role. And many people are watching Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And if such videos could be done, shorts, where devotees or famous personalities, where they distribute books on various like birthday program or marriage and all these things. If these shorts are done in multiple videos are done and distributed, so many people who are watching this, they get inspired and they also implement that in their lives.
Okay, Prabhuji. So your point was utilizing social media, utilizing digital media, and also having libraries. Yes, that was your point. Thank you. Can we have mic here, please? We have. Yes,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Myself, Partha Sartidas from Iskcon Jalgaon, Maharashtra. So some ideas, as per Maharaj mentioned, that we should be active throughout the year, not only Sundays or festival or only season-wise. So for regular activity, we should make a compulsory mandatory quota, like book distribution, standard mandatory quota for temple-wise, like a small outpost can distribute 1,000 Gita, then preaching center 5,000, medium temple can distribute 1 lakh, big temple 3.5 lakh, like that. So otherwise we feel that what will happen if awards we don't get, doesn't matter, but we will not be forced to do book distribution. If it is mandatory from the top and at the end of the year or the next year, that same quota should be, books should be sent to the particular temple. So it will be forced to distribute books. Second one is, like we collect sometime collection on the name of book distribution and we use for other purpose. So that should be exclusively for book distribution or book distributors. So that will be help us a lot. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So quota system, you emphasized on having a quota system. Thank you, Prabhuji. We have Sumitra Krishna Prabhu online. He's waiting for a long time to make his point. Can we have Sumitra Krishna Prabhu on the screen, please?
Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes. Please go on.
I was so happy. I've been listening right from the beginning. Wonderful ideas and suggestions given by various leaders and book distributors. And to say myself, I was a product of book distribution. I was traveling in the traveling Sankirtan path 8 years from 1985 to 1993. And I was so inspired to see all of you. I have few ideas, which of course many of you have mentioned, but this may be, it's like every temple has a commercial department where they make a lot of money. Like we have guest house, we give for marriage parties and other parties, apart from the life veterans. And we are going to the restaurants and paraphernalia sales. In fact, we do make profits in this, maybe more than 40-50% some places. We can dedicate some of these profits to give a book to that person who dines at our Govinda. If a family comes and gives a bill of 2,500 rupees, a Gita can be given. In this way also, newcomers will have a Gita and we can take their contact details and keep in touch with them, cultivate and make them buy other books. This is one way we can increase. And we have IDC courses and many Bhakti Vishwa courses. If we can include a syllabus of IDC book distribution, because those devotees from the new Bhakta or the congregation, they elevate from 8 rounds, 12 rounds, 16 rounds, and for Prabhupada Ashriya, they have to somehow attend these IDCs, which is compulsory for the initiation. If they have in the mind what is important of book distribution, this will be a great impact on this devotee so that they will never forget distributing books. And this may be a different, more forward idea. Maybe by every second initiation recommendation by the temple authorities, they may say that how many books, scores, devotees have distributed. This can be a criteria for the initiation recommendation. And every book distributor should keep in tab all the contacts to those who he has distributed books. So that each book distributor becomes a Shiksha Guru for those he has distributed, and he can keep them in touch. Many of the people buy and don't read. So this book distributor can keep a WhatsApp group, cultivate them, keep in touch with them, ask any doubts are there, make them buy the different books. In this way, we can see that that group increases. Then like we have Iskcon DTVship Ministry having this Pujari training workshops. So we should have a book distribution ministry also giving certification to book distribution, so that book distributors know what and what not to do, do's and don'ts, so that we can have ethical book distribution. And few more points. We have now recently the youth, the Gen Z, they are mostly in mobile and online, social media. If we can keep, encourage transcend BBT, online book app distribution, and there can be a separate category of scores, like we have Mahabig, Big Book, Medium. We can have separate category for this transcend. So this will also encourage the temples to increase the online distribution. This some of the points. Also, one more thing is, some of the preachers, members were mentioning here, when book distribution is made, the individual distributor, apart from the mass distribution to company, we should give recognition to the individual who goes in the hot sun, cold winter, shop to shop. Those devotees should be given a separate category. Sometimes we find one devotee goes to a big corporate company, 2000 Gitas are distributed, very, very, very good. But these devotees are going shop to shop. Even if they distribute 5 books, that's great. So if we can plan to have a separate category for individual person to person book distributors. These are some of the points which came into my mind. Of course, every temple can have a monthly book distribution seminar like what we have yearly. Every temple can have, invite the book distributors, take their stories and plans, ideas, and plan for the future marathons. Hare Krishna, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sumita Krishna Prabhu. Sitaram Prabhu, you had a point, you can please mention.
Hare Krishna. Myself, Sitaram Das from Iskcon Juhu. So, I was just reflecting on all the points, and then I just recalled that our Iskcon movement, Srila Prabhupada's Iskcon movement, in the tree of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the tree of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sankirtan mission, Iskcon stands for missionary spirit. Iskcon actually stands for missionary spirit, and that is the evidence. The Prabhupada's Leela Amrit is the evidence of that. Anyone who reads Srila Prabhupada's Leela Amrit can understand that. And what we need to do to create the book distribution Sankirtan fire, we just have to understand old is gold. Old is gold. What is old is gold means you have to just reflect on when Srila Prabhupada was physically present. What was the mood of the devotees in the mission? What was the mood? And if we reflect on that mood, we will solve all our problems, including the increase of book distribution. I wanted to share one pastime in this regard. I heard, I'm not able to recall exact detail of it, but Tamal Krishna Maharaj was having some difficulties in some area of service, which was making him difficult to chant his rounds also. So I think he was taking care of construction in one of the temples. Srila Prabhupada visited that. This is my favorite. Srila Prabhupada visited that. Tamal Krishna Maharaj met Srila Prabhupada. And he said, and he gave a list of explanation how he is facing difficulty. And then he said, because of this, I am not able to chant Srila Prabhupada, I quit. Just like there is a silence, like the silence. Prabhupada was in the room, both of them. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj started thinking, Prabhupada is not speaking anything, 30 seconds. And after that, Srila Prabhupada said, even I quit. And silence again. And after a while, Srila Prabhupada mentioned, but remember one thing, our anxiety to serve Krishna will take us back home, back to Godhead. Our anxiety to serve Krishna. Now I want to reflect to some Prabhupada's quotes in this regard. I just told one devotee to send me because I was not able to search. Now this is Srila Prabhupada's letter in 1973, a part of it. If we go on preaching vigorously, as we have been for another 25 years, then all these other so-called religions will disappear. Will disappear. Did it disappear yet? No. It is 1973 letter to Bhaktadas. Now another letter. If we introduce these books in all the bookstores, schools, colleges, libraries, everyone's home, our religion will be the only religion in the world very soon. This prediction has been made publicly here in a newspaper by a Japanese philosopher that within 10 years, the Krishna consciousness will be the world religion. If you all keep preaching in such a pure way, this will undoubtedly prove true. So this is not yet being proved true. So we have reached out everywhere, but the spirit is very, very important. as I was mentioning, the Japanese author mentioning there won't be any other religion than only the Hare Krishna. So I remember in the 40th anniversary of Juhu temple, we met Jagat Purush Prabhu. And when we heard those pastimes, His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj is with us physically, and we heard so many pastimes of him in Juhu, the challenges, the early days, the difficulties they faced, and the spirit they had. Sometimes they would sleep in the night, they were so tired. Rats would bite them, and they would not wake up. They were so tired. How many of us facing that? So we went to Jagat Purush Prabhu, some of us, and we asked him. I said, Prabhu, we don't have huts to live in. We don't have rights to bite us. How do we have that spirit? So he made a very nice statement. He said, don't become complacent. Don't be happy about the success. Create challenges. Create challenges. And be out. To me personally, he said, you should always make sure you're out. See, Shikshashtakam, this Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadari. How is that going to happen? See, this strategies may be there. Until we have the spirit that we want to win this world through Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sankirtan, until we have this anxiety, it will be very difficult because we will be getting into technicality. The technicality can lead us to selling the book. But the anxiety to win the world will give us so much energy that we will be in anxiety how to conquer the world. So selling a book and conquering the world, there is a little difference. So we have to have that missionary spirit, and that is what we can see from the 1965 to 77. Of course it is continuing, but that spirit is missing. So we have to take that anxiety. Everyone should go out, and temple president, temple leader, Sankirtan leader should have anxiety. If devotees are sitting inside the temple, they should be out for Sankirtan. And if they are sitting inside, they should be taking anxiety how to send books out. If these principles we carry, then we will change the world. Because India is very easy. India is very easy. We have to go global. That anxiety, the Maharaj said Mongolia. I mean, some of the temples here, Ahmedabad temple can conquer Mongolia actually. Whole country you can take it for yourself. Guru Prasad Maharaj, I asked him, Maharaj, give me one country. So he told, I give you El Salvador. You print books, then develop that country. So India has such a potential. I'll tell last thing. One of my Shiksha Gurus, Atul Krishna Prabhu, he said that in early days, we were always in anxiety to run the temples, to make devotees. He said, I'm seeing that our current generation is becoming the victim to our success. He says, one yatra a year, 2-3 yatra a year, one camp, 10-15 devotees, life is safe. That's not the way. So it's very important, winning the world, the spirit. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Sitaram Prabhu, for mentioning such important missionary points. We have His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj.
Sitaram. Sitaram. Yeah, anyway, I don't want to say everything. But the Prabhupada days and the spirit of his disciples in those days well, what Prabhupada said to me, possibly he said that to some other disciples also, like Gopal Krishna Maharaj or Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj or Jasmati Nandan Prabhu and like that, others. But he did say this to me. I'm saying possibly he said that what I said, he said to me also, he said to others. And that was, in those days, the reason why he said what he said to me was no one was joining Hare Krishna movement as a full-time devotees or as a brahmacharis. And I will not describe the whole context and scenario those days, but it's okay. I'll just not make a. Prabhupada said, we need more men like you. So I am thinking, he was saying two things. We need more men, that's one part. And the other part is men like you, or men like Gopal Krishna Maharaj, a man like Jasamatyanandan Prabhu, a man like Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, a man like Saru Damodar Maharaj. I'm talking just in Indian context. So the first part is achieved. We do have more men. The other part, like you, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, like you, Bhakti Charan Swami Maharaj, like you. So whether, I don't doubt, but I'm just reminding you, Sitaram Prabhu was maybe expressing some concern like that. So, so what was the spirit like in those days? You were also saying something, so you know your Guru Maharajas or Prabhupada disciples that you were in touch with, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, K. said another. There are many names. Srila Prabhupada had 5,000 disciples. Really. And I would say more or less we had a very similar spirit, or a certainly high spirit. Spirit of sacrifices, spirit of surrender. Srila Prabhupada once said, when disciple is asked, jump, he should not ask why. Instead, he should ask how high. Yeah, so I think you are getting the point. So Prabhupada wanted more devotees, and which we have, and Prabhupada wanted devotees like his disciples, staying high forever. Or facing the challenges and undergoing all sorts of inconveniences and kind of simple living we were forced to live in Bombay, and it's gone around the world. You will never have such opportunity, never ever again. Iskcon was poor, we were poor. Very few assets and places and funds and resources. Hari Hari. So don't take it easy. And I don't want to say this, but don't try to enjoy the assets and exploit them. Don't do that. Or position of the post. Let that not go to your heads. And I would also say that don't be just managers. Be leaders. There is a difference between being a manager but it is expected that you become leaders, leading this. I mean, this is a very special moment. Try to understand this Hare Krishna movement. How many times Prabhupada said, I heard it, try to understand. Because he would say that in big public functions and also in smaller gatherings to his disciples. So I would also say, try to understand, try to understand. This moment is out of this world, out of this world. It has nothing to do with worldly affairs, or it is something else beyond this mundane realm. Hari. So, whenever, which I always see big gatherings of devotees and full-time devotees, I'm reminded, Prabhupada said to me, we want more men like you. Just a few days ago in Delhi, I was addressing youths, and somehow I made the same point to them also, we want more men like you. So I said there in Delhi that this was desire of Prabhupada. He wanted more men, women also. Men, devotees. So this was desire, and this was also kind of prediction also. We want more men like you. My name will reach every town, every village, that is a prediction. This also was a prediction. We want more men, there will be more men. So whenever I see big gathering of devotees, whenever, I certainly think that by joining this Hare Krishna movement, you have fulfilled the desires of Srila Prabhupada. This was the desire. And that prediction has come true. We want more men. Yeah, just the other part. So work on that. Never forget. We want more men like the likeness, the quality, consciousness of more men. What kind of consciousness? Okay? Just a thought. Sorry for interrupting your Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. We can never forget now this pastime that Srila Prabhupada mentioned, to your good self, we want more men like you. So it's very clear what all our duty is. Our duty is to actually follow in your footsteps so we can become like you by your blessings. So we are going to continue this session post-lunch, wherein we'll be brainstorming more challenges, practical challenges. We were getting a few challenges here and there, but now we'll be having exclusive session post-lunch, wherein we'll be discussing and brainstorming about challenges which we face in your yatra, individually or collectively, for increasing book distribution. And then we will also hear from everyone, of course, about more Sankirtan strategies and success stories also. So please come for the afternoon session. I'll hand it over to Praneshwar Prabhu to give us more update.
By the way, Abhi, we are sorry agar many of you wanted to give ideas, very valuable input, but time is short. So we request that you please write down your suggestion to this morning's point and hand over here. We'll compile. We want to compile a whole document out of this session. तो आप जरा लिख दीजिए जो कहना चाह रहे थे और सब दे दीजिए, हम फिर कंपाइल्स करेंगे, ठीक है? कितने बजे आना है?
यस, नरोत्तम प्रिय प्रभु को दे सकते हैं. नरोत्तम प्रिय प्रभु प्लीज स्टैंड अप. इनको दे सकते हैं लिखकर. आपके पास पैड्स हैं ना? यू हैव ऑल हैव पैड्स एंड पेन, सो प्लीज राइट डाउन एंड write very valuable inputs. We really, and would like to thank Nitai Madhav Prabhu for wonderfully facilitating this brainstorming session, very important session. And we would like to specially thank His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. We just heard from Maharaj's servant, some information we got that Maharaj has not been able to sleep properly for 2 days. Right? And we had requested him just to be here for 1 hour, but it's more than 3 hours that Maharaj has been here. So Maharaj is saying, we want more men like you. Right. So we have come to the end of the first half of today's first day, right? And the good news is that prasadam is ready, right? And but at the same time, so we have some announcement from the Pune management is that, right, so if you have a band, then you get prasadam. Right, so I hope that everybody has a band, and if you don't have one, Selection Prabhu, what do? They have to register, huh? Registration, right, so down there is registration counter, so you register, and in case some emergency is there, you can, take prasadam, but please register. And basically the prasadam is only for those who have come for this event. Is that right? Yes. And also one more announcement is that the wash basin is outside the hall. Right? There is no wash basin inside the prasadam hall. Please do not wash inside the prasadam hall. There is a wash basin outside the prasadam hall. Right, and the most important announcement is the next session. Please be on time for the next session, which will start at 4 o'clock. Kindly be on time. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
आपने शुरुआत किया है सब कुछ